And we are here for the PS4 Tournament's open series. We are going to be doing a BB tag for the EU side. I'm the Ebonic Plague, and I'm joined here by DC. DC, how you doing this morning?
Oh, Ebonic Plague, you have no idea how excited I am for this event. I feel like it's been so long, bro. It's been so long. I love watching BB tag, and I'm super excited to be watching it from the comfort of my own home. Let's take a look at the prize pool, though, Ebonic Plague. What are these guys playing for online today?
Yeah, so from the comfort of their own home, as you say, we're going to be playing for first is going to be getting $400, second's going to be getting $300, third is going to be getting $200, and fourth is going to be getting $100. Always from the comfort of their own home.
I would not complain about any amount of money I'd be making from sitting in my, my lovely computer chair or couch. So, like you said, we're here in the August finals. Let's take a look at the bracket and see where we are. What who do we got here, Bonnie?
Yeah, so one person I want to note in this bracket in particular is going to be Cax444, solely due to the fact that in the previous finals, Cax has won 2 of the ones that they have entered so far, which have been the only 2 so far. So they're, I guess, on an undefeated streak, if you want to think about it that way. Another one, a personal favorite of mine, is going to be, and I'm going to try and say this correctly, JajukakujaJ.
Wow,
I'm trying my best. I'm sorry.
Good attempt. I don't think he's going to complain. I'm sure. Again, all these tags are these players' PlayStation IDs. So for us or the viewers at home, it may look like unknown players, but these guys have probably been playing online for since the game came out. So these are all very, very strong players. Like you mentioned, Cax has won the last 2 tournaments, and he's going for the three-peat today. So let's see if he can do it. But hey, Ebonic, if he wants to get that three-peat, what do you think are the keys to the game for him?
Yeah, so one of the most important things that's going to happen for the three-peat or anybody trying to upset him is keeping your partner character alive. You want to be able to switch him out if they've got a lot of recoverable health and things like that, and you can do so by just pressing a button. But one of the other things going on is if you somehow just unfortunately can't keep that character alive, as long as you're using your assist often, you build up that resonance gauge, and you can have level 4 resonance, which means you have more meter build, better health regen, and stuff like that when you're in a 1v2 situation.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things about BB tag is obviously you're much stronger when you have 2 characters, but if you do lose that one character, if you've been playing well with both your characters, you got that resonance gauge level 4. Once you hit that button, once you're in resonance blaze, your chip damage is insane. Your health regen is super, super fast, and everything, it's might as well just have 2 characters, honestly. But Ebonic, I don't know, man. We've been talking about Cax a lot. We've been talking about the rest of the bracket. What are your bold predictions, for what's going on in EU today? What do you think's going to happen?
Yeah, so well, one of the predictions I put, or both of the predictions I put, is Cax points to take with the undefeated streak, right? But the other one I wanted to talk about, as I mentioned in the bracket, is JajukakujaJ. I want them to do well because I love their characters. They play both Yuzu Hilda and Mitsuru Yuzuria.
Oh no!
For anybody that knows me, I'm a big Mitsuru Yuzuria fan.
Yeah, so, bro, I think there's something I can say for sure about JajukakujaJ. I think he likes to control the screen because all those characters you mentioned, huge hitboxes, huge attacks, very hard to guard against, and just thinking about being online, it's a little bit more difficult. There's a very slight amount of latency, no matter what, no matter how good your connection is or anything. So blocking an overhead is just a little bit harder, and especially when you're trying to block an overhead from full screen by Hilda, might be a little bit difficult. So I like your predictions, honestly, Ebonic. But guys, honestly, if you're watching this here, if you're up early in the morning, or if you're in the EU watching right now later in the evening, you can compete too. Head on over to compete.playstation.com. There are weekly BB tag tournaments and of course monthly finals like the one that you're watching right now. Who knows? You could be the next Cax444 or the next JajukakujaJ.
We'll get it.
You got me. Yeah, bro. I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
It's the same forward and back, so it's super cool actually.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, so what do we got? What do we got next, Ebonic? You know what? Aside from these compete tournaments, what else can these players do in BB Tag?
Yeah, so upcoming for not only just BB Tag, but a couple of other Arc System Works game here on the PS4, you guys can check out Arc Revo America Online for 2020. Unfortunately, due to the pandemic, you know, we have to change Arc Revo America up into an online event, right? So registration is open now, and you guys can do so over on the website down below, www.arcsystemworks.jp/ArcRevo2020.
Yeah, that's really cool. You know, you get your practice here in the PS4 tournaments online series, and you know, and then you register for Arc Revo, and it's like it's the same thing. You've been practicing online at home for the last few months, and then you're just ready. You know, I think the players. Don't get me wrong. There's strong players online, there's strong players offline, but I think the players that have a lot of experience online, they're gonna feel right at home at Arc Revo, so they might even have the advantage. I think we're gonna see some crazy upsets this year, honestly.
Yeah, so you know what's really funny too is it's not just the online warriors that we don't know that will do very well, but it's the people who have actually gone to the offline events also came from online in a lot of those things. Some of the American and EU players as well. There's a myriad of them I can mention, but you know we are talking about the EU right now specifically. And so we could see any of these players here in these PS4 Open tournament that we're going to see coming up. Because right now we're actually going into the match, so we're going to have Zub99 and Jaju coming in. So it is going to be the Yuzuri and Hilda, and it's going to be Ragna Batista for Zub. That's one of the characters they put on the little survey we had given them.
Ebonic, honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna stick to Jaju just to keep it short, you know, during the match. So,
I don't know if that's a good start though. Okay, gets out.
Catching both characters. Oh, all right. He thought he got out, but you know, back in the Ragnar Vortex, and this is scary. You know, not even 10 seconds into the match, and you, I think maybe already lost your first character here. No. Oh my goodness.
Oh, was able to get him out though. Surprisingly enough, able to do the quick save.
I want to see a switch as soon as possible and want to get the Hilda out of here. Or I'm sorry, want to get that Yuzu. Man, Yuzu really, really bleeding back there.
Yeah, she took quite a bit of damage. One of the strong parts for Zub's team, to be honest with you, is Batista controls the skies, and Ragna is probably one of the best characters in the game on the ground. Oh, and there it is, just immediately stopping Hilda from being able to get away, while also killing Yuzuria. This is a bleak look right now for Jaju.
That's one of the very important things about this game. You know, when you have your character in the back with low HP, it sucks, but you don't want to call your assists as much because your assists can get hit and you can lose your character like that. And that's exactly what we saw happen to Jaju. And Zub takes that first match very decisively and very quickly. Wow.
Yeah, I do like the dynamic of the team for sure, and I think it played to the strength, and it showed in the match. It's the Ragna controls the ground, some of the best in the game, to be honest, while Batista, she has the assist kit to not only help in the air, but to also just help the combo potential for Ragna, right? And catch any holes that he has.
Let's see if hopefully my boy Jaju can figure something out. It looked like he wasn't able to kind of get his stride going there. And I feel like once Hilda and Yuzu start, you know, doing the thing that they were made to do, it's really hard to get out of. Especially a character like Batista, who wants the zone, but I feel like, you know, Hilda kind of takes the cake from her in terms of zoning. Let's see.
Yeah, she's got really fast buttons for stopping full screen zoners, Hilda. So it can be annoying to try and set up a laser beam a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sticking with the Ragnar, trying to move in on Hilda, and this can be difficult. Like you said, he does have that Batista assist in the back, but of course, Hilda's huge full screen buttons are very easily can clip Batista in the back.
I was able to get the throw right here, going for the setup. It was because it was off a throw. I think ended the combo a little bit early due to the scaling. You know, it's not going to do as much damage. Wants to be able to try and kill Ragnar here.
Yeah, I want to see him get that right now there. We're going to see the active partner switch. Of course, when you do your active partner switch, your character going out gains a little bit more HP, or gains HP quicker in the back. So that's what you usually want to do.
Yeah, we talked about keeping your partner alive, right? That's a big way to do it. And Ragnar, while bleeding life, has a special mechanic where he actually is able to steal life from the opponent. Only character in the game to be able to do so.
Yep. Not too much, but you're not gonna complain. Any amount of health helps in this game, you know. There's a lot of times when you find yourself on magic pixel, you know, that one pixel left. It's gonna be a lot of HP stolen. Yep, there we go.
Oh, and then gets the throw, completely turning the tide here. And then there's the burst. Yeah, so another way to keep a partner alive right there is that cross burst, and that's actually going to be the death of Ragna because he was unable to stop the burst, which you know,
really
you actually can look out for.
Yeah, if you see your opponent calling the burst, you can actually call your assist in the back to bait that burst, but he didn't have any meter to call his assist, so. And like I said, this is exactly what I was talking about. Jaju has found his footing and is taking control of this match number 2.
Yeah, so that's going to be 1-1 right now, and as is accustomed to BB Tag, which is it's a little different than some other fighting games in tournament. It's going to be 3 out of 5 matches. The tournament itself is single elimination, but the 3 out of 5 is important because most games are 2 out of 3, right? However, this game is you know, you can just kind of snap your fingers and the opponent
if you couldn't
just
tell,
is gone.
some of these matches go by very quickly. So don't blink, you know, this set could be over anytime really. But I'm excited now. We see both players have definitely found what they want to do in the matchup. This game number 3, you know, when it's 1-1 is one of my favorite games here because you really get to see what the adaptation looks like.
Yeah, so, you know, both of them have had a chance to quote-unquote play, right? Both matches have allowed for them to not get completely steamrolled. And, oh, there it was right there. So you talked earlier about being able to punish your opponent's burst, right? He attempted it, maybe did it a little bit too early. Didn't get it, but still is going to be able to hit Batista here.
Yeah, for those at home who want to bait burst like a pro, as soon as you see that flash of the burst coming in, call your assist. It's very likely, you know, you're going to get hit, but your assist will actually hit the incoming burst and you can punish.
Yeah. Okay, set up right here. He's going to set up for a lot of teleports. Got both characters. Oh, wasn't able to accurately guess which side Yuzuriya was going to be on. She's a tricky character.
It's hard, man. Yeah, she's so fast. And like I said, that very tiny amount of latency, you know, it can make it just a little more difficult. And this might be, is this going to be enough?
No,
he doesn't have any extra meter to do a second super, and Batista's going to live. I like that. Calling Ragna in for the double super. Batista, wow. Hilda ends up getting hit, and it's going to be a free Ragna combo.
Yeah, that's one of the hardest situations to deal with. But oh my god, Batista getting tagged by Yuzu. Ragna's going to get hit full combo here. He doesn't have the meter to kill, but I mean, unless something happens with Resonance Plays right here, this is going to be real difficult.
This is Resonance Plays level 4, like we mentioned. Look how fast his HP is going up right now.
Oh, but yeah, look how fast the mix-up is on the other side, however, from Yuzuriya. Your health can go up, but it doesn't go up during combos, so you run into this situation right here where it should be easy money kill for Jaju on the 3rd game.
Yes, indeed. So one of the unfortunate things about Ragna is when he's in Resonance level 4, he doesn't really have like a super he can throw out to do a lot of chip damage. You know, some characters like Jin or even Batista have great supers that do insane amount of chip damage from full screen and are, you know, can be relatively safe, not always safe, but Ragna doesn't have that. You know, Carnage Scissor, you're always gonna get punished on block for that, and it's unfortunate. I feel like if you're gonna be stuck in the 1v2 situation, you probably want Batista.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can't always choose what character you have last. It's you know, maybe your opponent just steamrolls it. But okay, he's gonna be switching over to the Susanoo. All right, so another big, heavy-hitting character, but one real issue that comes with this character versus a character like, say, Hilda, right, is that he's a big, beefy boy. He never skips leg day, sure, but he has a lot of trouble navigating the screen.
Yeah, this is an interesting switch because I feel like he's gonna have a really, really hard time if he's out. If he's you know, across the screen from Hilda, I don't know what he's gonna do.
It's the second he gets in, however, this team will dish out a ton of damage. These are 2 high damage characters solo, so together I can only imagine that they just obliterate opponents.
Yeah, unfortunately, immediately throwing away all of his cross combo meter.
Yeah, wasn't able to make anything happen, but Jaju is.
It looks like Zizub is really, you know, wanting to make this cross combo work, but I haven't seen anything yet. He's just used all his meter and he hasn't gotten a single combo.
Yeah, it's definitely just really difficult for him to be able to get in. Oh my goodness, the instant overhead. Yeah, she can't combo off of that overhead by herself. So I think Zizub just kind of recognized that and was like, okay, it's my turn to press buttons, and now look. Oh, mix-up potential.
Oh,
okay.
That was a dirty cross-up, but all right. Gonna get that crash. Oh wow,
yeah, crash giving you extra bar.
Do you think he was maybe expecting a burst there from Hilda? That's why he stopped his combo early?
Yeah, possibly, because I mean, Hilda's kind of on life support, right? It would make sense for the burst to come out to be able to save the character, but no dice from Jaju. He's still going to be able to get the hit on Susanoo. Good damage. Can't kill, though.
Here's the mix-up. Raw tag into Ragna. Got another cross combo. So what is the mix-up here? Wow.
Yeah, so usually when Ragna... Yeah, usually when Ragna has the opponent in block stun from the assist character, it's either Gauntlet Hades or it's going to be one of the sweep attacks, right? So it's going to be high or low. Yep. And with that case coming up, Susanoo is going to be able to do a ton of damage. He ended the combo early because the first guy combo is super.
Oh my goodness!
He should be able to kill.
You can tell. You can tell after that first game, Jaju has most definitely found his footing here. And that's going to be the end of Susanoo. We got Ragnar on life support, resonance level 4, popping it immediately, but I don't know what he's going to do here.
If he gets a hit, he can build back all of this life and actually be in the lead in terms of it, but he got hit by that overhead you were talking about originally, and I mean, yeah, she has the 50-50. She can go high or low in those situations. Carnage Scissors is going to hit, though!
All right. Oh, man, all right, I respect that. He went for the... Whoa, Zizub. All right, man, you know... raw Carnage Scissors into Gauntlet Hades into DP. This is a man with nothing to
something happen,
lose.
DC. He's trying to make something happen, you know? He's on his last leg.
Listen,
unfortunately,
I totally respect
that.
Oh my goodness. When that Carnage Scissors hit, bro, I thought it was all downhill from there.
I mean, hey, sometimes it can be, right? Because of the level 4 resonance is not only already giving him health back, but we talked about Ragnar's unique mechanic in being able to steal health. Carnage Scissors is one of the moves that activates that. So he can actually heal health that is normally not recoverable with that attack. Yep. So he could just out of nowhere just have a full health gauge, right? Like that Carnage Scissors could have legitimately have been downhill.
I'm just so surprised that it connected, but I don't know. Let's look at some replays from that last match. I'm really, I think that was a fun set to watch and really BB tag. That was just BB tag in a nutshell right there.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the moments right there where things were looking pretty dicey for Jaju. Right, first he got the happy birthday, and luckily for Jaju it dropped, but then immediately Zizub didn't care about the drop and composed himself and just got back in there. Right, almost killing Yuzuria, but getting her out.
Yeah, and man, this first match for Zizub was so great, and everything after that, Jaju honestly just ran. He really figured it out. While raw DP from Batista's going to connect, and here we go into I think this might have been game number 2. Yep. Look how confident and in control Jaju looked in matches 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah, one of the biggest plays right there for him was the Yuzuria assist, because not only was it allowing the extension of combos and stuff like that, but that assist goes almost full screen, right? And it has quite a lot of block stun, so it keeps the opponent guarding for a long time.
Bro.
I wouldn't have blocked it. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't have.
I definitely wouldn't have blocked that. And this is the classic Yuzu cross combo. I love that.
She's a stylish character. I'm a big fan of the character, to be honest.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of her specials were just made for cross combo. Like calling out that Susanoo burst with an instant super, and this is, I mean, at this point, this was the point of no return. I feel like.
Yeah. I definitely agree with you, point of no return, because even though you look at Jaju's health in the last bit of the replay, it's still a 2v1 situation, right? So, congrats to Jaju. Moving on, we're going to take a look at the bracket to see where these players have gone. Some matches have happened off stream already, so we've already got some victors.
Yeah, we got Alicia Starlight taking it over Raziel, and the match we just saw, of course, JajukakujaJ taking over Zizub 99 over on the top. We see a Lollare taking a 3-1 over Zyke CC. Yeah, I'm trying my best here, guys. I'm trying my best.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, it's again a lot of these are the PSN names within the bracket. So like, even if we do know the players, we may not know their PSN IDs, right? we know them as as Jean or something else like that, right? Yeah. It's a little bit different.
Listen, I keep mine simple as DC Senpai. You'll always know it's me because ain't no other weeb DC out there. Okay, man, I keep it real simple.
I don't think that's gonna be hard to find.
I think that was a great match to start the day. That's pretty much what I was expecting, you know, BB Tag to look like. It's been a while since, you know, but it's really always really fun to watch. Let's go on to our second match of the day here.
All right, so it's going to be King Rosta versus Monkey. Retro Monkey Sage being the PSN. I believe they just go by Monkey normally in tournaments and stuff like that. King Rosta.
Sorry, you're Retro Monkey Sage now, my friend.
I mean, hey, you know, it's not like it's that bad, right? It gives you a Sun Wukong kind of vibe.
Ooh, Chie Mika. This is gonna be a heavy-hitting little girl team. I'm excited to see this one.
Yeah, so speaking of like the heavy hitting, Chie Mika. Chie is a character with a move called Power Charge. Power Charge makes it so it does exactly what it is, right? She charges her power, and every subsequent hit is much stronger than it used to be. And so a lot of the teams will have a character with a long hitting assist, so that they can charge up the power and then, you know, get the strongest Chie they can. Will we be able to see it though? Because Yosuke and Seth are very fast characters, hard to catch.
Yeah. This is the funny disparity in teams. You know, we got one team of kind of short-range, heavy-hitting characters, and another team with kind of low HP, very fast characters. So this is fighting games in a nutshell right here. Let's see who comes out on top.
Yeah, that's the cool part about the team dynamics in BB Tag is there's so many different variations that people come up with, and we get to see some really cool stuff. Okay. Cross combo activated. Yeah, he was trying to set up a situation where it was a left-right mix-up. You know, the opponent's got to block you either left or right, but very smartly using the push block mechanic to be able to get out of it. Oh no!
Yeah, that's going to be the end of Yosuke. Again, like I said, heavy-hitting characters versus low HP characters. If you're going to be moving that fast, you cannot be getting hit like that. And has 2 bars of meter. Let's see. Oh, no.
Yeah, I was wondering if you could go into Power Charge to make it to possibly make it kill, but yeah, you're right. No dice on that one.
Yeah.
Ooh, anti-air.
And that's the power of Seth. You see how fast this man is moving, getting caught low. What do you thought he was in the air?
Yeah, he actually has access to a fast fall, so he can be in the air and then immediately go down to the ground faster than any other character in the game. Right? Oh no. Okay, no resonance right there, so couldn't cancel the special right directly into super. You can only do that during resonance plays. So Mika actually got to be saved, and this may be a change in the tide, finishing it off here.
He doesn't have any additional meter, but he's not going to need it as he takes game number 1. Mika head stuck in the ground. My goodness. But yeah, you know, that's exactly what we were talking about, or sorry, what you were talking about with your keys to victory. Once you're down to one character, you see how, even though you saw him putting in work with Seth, just wasn't able to output enough damage to take down 2 characters. So
yeah, the 2v1 situation is so abysmal sometimes. It can be really hard because, I mean, you literally have the options of 2 characters, right? It's pretty self-explanatory. But for some characters in general, it can be really hard to fight a 2v1. And then for other characters, they can kind of just obliterate 2 characters if they see them on the screen. But Seth is a character that would obliterate 1 character, not both at the same time.
Yeah, indeed. All right, let's see if King Rosta can figure something out for game number 2 here.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the points you made about this particular dynamic were perfect, right? It's the hard-hitting parts of Chie and Mika are making it really difficult for Yosuke and Seth once Chie and Mika actually get in there. Oh, what an excellent reversal action to be able to get out.
Yeah, it almost feels like for every 1 combo Retro Monkey Sage gets, King Rosta is going to have to output at least 2 to match that damage. So it's difficult.
No. I mean, with Seth on point, the damage can be a little bit higher as long as the proper starters happen. The only problem is you got to be able to open up Monkey Sage, right? King Rosta is going to have, it seems like having a little bit of trouble. Oh my god! How did he get back to that side? I'm sorry, I blinked and missed it.
Yeah, you definitely can't blink in this game, and obviously Mika getting beaten up in the corner, gonna burst and get Chia in there. Oh, Rampage gonna actually pass that burst and not get punished. No, Mika assists. Oh, dropping the combo though, kind of a weird situation.
Yeah, sometimes those things happen. You got to be ready for it. But Monkey Sage not ready for it. King Rosta, however, was going to burst out. And
the cross-up from Moonsault is so frustrating. That's one of the, I feel like Moonsault is probably the best attack on net play. Easily.
Absolutely.
It can be so frustrating to deal with and so easily crossed up by that attack. And that's going to be the death of Mika. Of course, when you call a second super like that, it always has the same damage.
Yeah, completely different game than the last one we're seeing right here. It looks like King Rosta is just completely in control after being finally able to get that hit in the corner. You know, at first it looked a little bit dicey. Not going to be able to kill here, I don't think. Yeah.
Yeah, of course, Resonance plays immediately, but again, oh my goodness.
Yeah, you know,
Yosuke.
The second he saw Seth jump, I think Monkey was looking for a cross-up, right? I think he was looking for him to air dash to the other side, but he air dashed backwards instead, which is, you know, I mean, it's hard to react to genuinely. So just wasn't ready for it.
Not even just like, it's like the mind games of like, I'm obviously gonna get crossed up here. And then you don't get crossed up, and it's like, well, I mean, you got me, dude. Like, you crossed me up 6 times in a row. The 7th time you didn't cross me up. What was I supposed to do? So, like you said, I feel like King Rosta has found his footing, and maybe we'll see exactly what happened to JajukakujaJ in game. You know, the first match we watched.
Yeah, it could be a similar thing, right? Coming back all the way from the first match being not as good. It could, or this could just continue to go back and forth. Each match has seemed fairly close until that one person got a very clean hit. Both teams seem to be very structured on when you get a clean hit, it's my time to shine, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Especially, I want to say, especially Yosuke and Seth. It's really, really hard to be in that blender. It's so easy to make a mistake and accidentally block, you know, high for 1 second or low for 1 second too long.
Well, I mean, luckily for Monkey Sage, we were talking about how Yosuke and Seth may not have a lot of health, but they also can't do a ton of damage unless it's very specific counter hit confirmed. And so it's leaving these characters alive. Okay, goes for the throw.
Run him, grab. Yep. And that's there's the dead Chia. Yep.
Yeah, that's really actually one of the highest minimum damage supers in the game, if I remember correctly. So it's usually gonna kill.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's really unfortunate because Mika has so much HP in the back. If he was able to get that Chia out, or maybe get a Mika burst to get Mika in, he could have. This match would be looking a lot better for him. But he's also calling his resonance blaze very, very early here. So I don't know, man. You know, I feel like you want to save that for when you have a ton of recoverable health, so you can get more value out of your character. But I don't know. The game's not over yet. It's not looking too good for Monkey.
Yeah, I think what Monkey wanted to do there by calling it early was to get the meter, right? Was because if Monkey has the meter, they can use push block and supers when they get the hit, so they can at least change the life totals back to even, which they did.
Yes, they did,
confirm.
And now we got solo Yosuke versus solo Mika. I feel like Yosuke, kind of a weaker character without an assist to back him up, but it's gonna be good damage from the super. Now we got Mika in the corner. What's the mix-up? Goes for the instant low. Like you said, you know, Seth and Yosuke both have fast fall lows. But Yosuke's not quite as fast, but we see King Rosta taking this game here. It was looking scary for a second. That Mika was putting in work.
Yeah, I like the way the King Rosta played that with the Yosuke. It was pretty much just like, if I think you're gonna jump in the air, I'm gonna press the button before you can press anything. That way, if you get hit, great. But if you block it, then at least I can run my Yosuke game plan of mixing you up. Because again, like we were talking about, fast character, right? Can do left rights, can go to that instant low, which ended up baiting a reversal action. Didn't get the punish, but hey, it's I still feel like it was an important point to why the W happened.
Absolutely, yep. All right, so yeah, back and forth between these two players. Let's see who can come out on top. I'm excited. This is a good set so far.
Yeah, these were two of the players in the previous finals that had placed fairly highly. So I having them first round, I felt like was just a recipe for a good match no matter what happens.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the reversal action to be able to get out.
Yep. Oh, and of course that Yosuke DP, unfortunately, not quite as good.
Is he dead? I think he might actually be dead. Oh, dropped the combo.
Oh, it dropped the combo as well. Oh no! Another reversal action gets him punished, and that's the end of Yosuke so early.
Yeah, that's that power charge we were talking about at the very beginning. She powers. Oh, he's gone. He's dead.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! I didn't have time to get a thought out, Ebonic. My dude died immediately. One dragon kick. Did you see how much HP he lost? Wow.
Yeah, so he got to level 3 power charge, which we mentioned it in the first game. We hadn't gotten to see it until this one, but level 3 power charge is the max power charge, which allows her to do just an absurd amount of damage if she connects afterwards.
I was about to say, I was about to start a sentence. I couldn't get one word out before that dragon kick connected and the game just evaporated in front of me, bro. Game number 5, let's go.
2-2 right now. So
that was crazy.
And you guys gotta remember, this is single elimination, right? This is their final chance here.
He gets hit by the Tentarafu. No, a little bit too far, and of course gets clipped by that Chie DP.
Yeah, I think one of the things we've noticed actually is when an offensive start happens for King Rosta, it's less likely that he gets the W because he has to reset a couple times, right? He doesn't immediately do half of the opponent's life in a single hit. Whereas on the other side, if Monkey Sage starts the round off very offensively, it's I feel like it just goes downhill. Punish the burst!
Getting Chie out of there. Yeah, punish the burst, but at the very least doesn't lose the Chie. So honestly, we talk about this all the time. I'd rather take some damage on my character with a lot of HP than lose my character in the back. So sometimes getting punished for a burst is good.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. I feel like that's a perfect assessment of exactly what happened because we saw what Chie can do, right? If she survives and if she gets to that situation again, things could come back. Double Super's not going to kill here, I don't believe, even with the high damage Super Force set.
I like that. Saves the meter just in case for... Oh no! Get the Mika out of here. There it is. Raw tag. Yep.
Yeah, that was such a great call, but another great call right there for King Rosta instead because he was able to get the anti-air. He's got double, so this one might actually kill.
And so the Garu dying, is it going to be enough? Oh, just enough, and now we got Solo Mika. Bro, this is King Rosta's game.
Yeah, it's looking incredible. He's got all the resources in the world outside of meter. He's got the cross gauge. He's got a ton of life, and now he's got the hit. Big drop, but still gets the throw. This should do it.
Yeah, man. And on top of that, wasting the timer on Mika's resonance gauge. Even if this doesn't KO for some reason. Oh, dropping the combo as I call him. Sorry, the commentator curse.
It happens. It happens.
Yeah, it happens. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
How long can you block?
On?
The moonsaults and the assists and wow. Honestly, that dragon kick really put a fire into King Rosta and said, you know what? This game number 5 is mine, bro.
Yeah, he basically just said, I'm never letting that happen again, right? Like, I don't want Chie to ever get started ever again in my life. I've seen the worst. I've stared at it in the face, and I never want to see it again.
He definitely changed the timeline, dude. That was crazy. Great game number 5, I should say, for King Rosta, and an amazing set from 2 players. Wow, this has been a great day so far, Ebonic.
We're 2 games in right now. We're gonna take a look at some replays for that matches, but I mean, it's already starting to pick up pretty quickly. For sure, and yeah, you guys can see this. So the first game was, I feel like, way more heavily in Retro Monkey Sage's favor, right? Like the Mika Chie was doing well. King Rosta was trying to make something happen here in Resonance, but once Resonance ran out, it's a hard uphill battle on that one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And this is wow.
Cross combo.
This is look at this damage in the corner here. I love how the final hit is just so much damage. It's crazy.
Yeah, they give you the idea that you aren't gonna die at first, and then bam, final hit.
Give you a little bit of hope. Yep.
And then right after this is exactly what you said. Actually, you mentioned this perfectly. It was very similar to Jaju, right? Where lost the first game, things were looking a little annoying, but came back immediately, right? And was able to clean things up, to put things into a lot more control. But unlike the Jaju match, where went 3-0 directly afterwards, it was the next game that happened afterwards where Xie got into power charge.
Yeah, I mean, this was crazy back and forth from both players here. A reversal action goes over the Yosuke JC, but no punish. Mika really hanging on, but unfortunately sticks out her little fist and gets clipped by Yosuke.
Oh, is this the power charge one?
Yeah,
oh yeah. So look at this. Just watch his health.
Oh my gosh. 2 hits from
dragon kick.
11,000 HP taken away in an instant.
Yeah, but that's the thing is, for all the strengths of power charge, you still have to be able to get into it, right? It's not like it's a free win button. You actually have to set it up. You have to make things happen for you. So it's it does a ton of damage, but it's not a free win for sure.
Absolutely not. Yeah, you definitely have to pick and choose your places to use it, and of course he chose correctly in that situation. So once again, we're taking a look at our bracket here. See, Cax 44, no surprise, taking it. Our victor of the last 2 events, taking his first round match there 3-0. He's going to be placing a Lollare there in round number 2. Haterino taking it 3-2 over Topes XL. And of course, King Rosta, we just saw that match, taking it over Retro Monkey Sage. And finally, PBL 234 will move on from his round 1 to see JajukakujaJ in round 2.
Yeah, so I do believe that means we're going to see the Zavid match next to be able to round out the first round being done and over with. Mm-hmm. So we're only 2 matches in, DC, and I feel like it's been a pretty good start.
This is bro. I mean, this just makes me miss BB Tag even more. Makes me miss these live events. But I'm really glad we can do things like this to keep the hype up, bro. And this is. I mean, if you think this is hype, just imagine what it's like with the crowd roaring in the background. But either way, I'm having so much fun watching these matches here in my own computer chair. I can't complain here.
Oh no, absolutely, and I mean, I'm sure the players aren't complaining, right? They get to sit in the comfort of their own home as well. Thanks to the PS4 Open Tournaments series, and I mean, they're playing for some legitimate prize pools. I believe it was first place is going to be getting like $400. So
$400.
Yeah, this is one of those things where you can say this is practice for when offline shows up, but for me, it's like I pull out of the stops for $400.
Bro, this is practice for next week's tournament, I should say. Honestly,
that's right. Yeah.
my boy Cax is making a living off this stuff, so I'm excited, bro.
Yeah, currently undefeated right now, but we've seen some. I feel like some strong contenders so far, and some of those strong contenders from the previous brackets that Cax was able to take the W over are here again. So week after week, when you lose to the same person, you start to take notes, right? Like you start to think, okay, how can I beat this person? Like, this is starting to get a bit too much. So I wonder what they're going to bring this week that's different from the last 2 months, right? To be able to stop him.
Yeah, and on top of that, being single elim, it's much easier to make some big plays that can just win you a set immediately. Get in your opponent's head, adapt a little bit quicker, and your opponent doesn't really have the time or the backup like losers or lower bracket to run it back. So yeah, I think single limit really adds a layer of like kind of excitement to BB Tag that some double lane tournaments, when you have that kind of safety net in the back, it's a little bit different than this is game number 5. If I lose this, I'm just out. So
yeah, there's only your one shot, and that's all you have. So pulling out of the stops is pretty important. It does add not only just another level of excitement for us, but an extra layer of strategy for the players, because it could be one of those things where you're down 0-2 in your first game, right, or your first 2 games, and you have to pull something out that you haven't been doing. You've been conditioning your opponent to do X move or whatever during X time, and you're like, okay, now that I'm down 0-2, I have to change this up, and maybe they don't have that level of adaptation, right? Like maybe they don't adapt quickly, And so you're able to come back the 3 games because you're able to, you know, change your game plan up. It's really important to be able to change your game plan in the mid set, because if somebody just figures you out, I mean, sure, you're already home, but it's not going to be a good feeling when you do lose.
Yeah, where do you go? Where do you go when you lose at home? You don't just go home. You're already there. So
yeah, all right. So coming into the final game of the first round here, we're gonna have masked Himiko, and it's going to be Zaid. Zavid. I'm bad at pronouncing names. I'm bad. I'm sorry.
We're trying our best. We're trying our best about it. Don't worry.
But yeah, so I do want to talk about on the left side, we do have a Neapolitan, and so this character has been
what happened? Everybody was so excited, and I feel like I never see this character.
I love this character. I play this character a lot, actually. This is easily one of my top 3 funnest characters in the game. However, one of her biggest problems is something that's really important in BB Tag, is that her damage output is... Well, it's not very good. Her damage output is lesser than some of the other characters in the game for sure. But she has one of the strongest offensive capabilities I've ever seen in terms of pressure. She is very quick. She has great mix-up potential. So, I mean, it's really a matter of getting her started.
Yeah, and let's see if Seth can enable her to get started there. We see Seth in the front right now, kind of putting in the work. Ooh, a little bit too slow to call him that assist to punish the burst. The reversal action will get punished, but not that hard, not that bad.
Yeah, I tried to go for a mix-up afterwards, but I think Zavid was ready for it because was, teched out of the corner and got away from it and then punished. Look at the damage it's afforded. Drops the combo, unfortunate, but okay, recovers in time.
Able to get the DP out in time. Wow. And there's a Neapolitan punish on that burst, but it does not work. Somehow the tables have turned. And now we see solo Neo here against Susanoo. Hazama bleeding in the back though, but gaining HP quickly.
Yeah, Susanoo, another really high damage character, right? So Neo has pretty average health, but I mean, when Susan hits you, it doesn't feel like you have average health anymore, right? You feel like any other low health character.
Oh my goodness! Immediate. Yeah, I love that. Damage not looking too bad. He's gonna need a couple more of those to run it back, but that reversal action not doing him any favors as Zavid takes this game number 1. Wow.
Yeah, I gotta highlight that Hazama in particular. Susanoo definitely did finish it off and was still looking pretty good, but Hazama, I feel like, was putting in so much work. It felt like Mask was unable to navigate the screen when Hazama was just jumping around, right? And I mean, that's kind of how the character Hazama works. He annoys the crap out of you until you make a mistake, and then he capitalizes off it. He's been doing that for years and years and years in BlazBlue, and it's no different here.
Nothing has changed, yeah. All right, well, again, though, if the last 2 sets have been any indication, the first game is just some, figuring out your opponent, and it really comes down to what happens in this game number 2. Do I adapt, or do I let the same thing happen again?
My blades will tear.
Yeah, it's a matter of how you adapt, right? With these characters in particular, I feel like they actually have a lot of good options versus Hazama in particular. For me, my knowledge of Neo is better than my knowledge of Seth, right? So I would say that I personally believe that Neapolitan is able to catch up with Hazama a lot better in my head. But I mean, look at those orbs, right? That completely locked out Hazama, and now he's got the counter hit, and he can't burst this because it was off his reversal action.
Yes, indeed. It's going to be good damage here.
8K, yeah, that was actually really good damage.
Not bad, yeah. Probably wants to get that Hazama out of here as soon as possible. Oh, maybe not. He's still going in, bro. Oh, there it is. Raw tag into Susan.
Yeah, so when you want to get a character out, you have to find a safe time to get a character out, because if you don't, your other character is going to get heavily punished for it, or you might get put in a situation where you're stuck blocking everything.
Yep. I'm sure Seth's probably used to controlling the screen a little bit more, but once you got Hazama jumping around all over, it's really hard. Those orbs are not going to track as well. Look at this right here. He's just jumping around. He's in the air, man. Might as well be an aerial character.
Yeah, this is the meaning of certain anime fighting games, right? Is we're just fighting in the air. We can control the air.
Why,
the ground is lava.
The ground,
well, Susan is one of those grounded characters, I guess.
Yeah, indeed. Wow, just go. He does not want this set to get now. Keeping the pressure up, and there goes step down. Neo at almost full HP, man. That's so unfortunate.
Yeah, I think that's actually going to be, if he loses here, I believe that that's going to be the reason as to why Masahime would go down, is because not getting that character out. Like, yeah, sure, Neapolitan has a lot of health to work with right now, but if he can't control these two characters well enough, it might spell doom. Okay, dirt kick combo. This is a safe jump right here, so if he tries to reversal action, yeah, it would have got blocked and he probably would have died. Oh, that assist is so good for Susan to be able to combo after. I always forget that Hazuma's assist kit got better in the, I believe it was either the 1.5 patch or the 2.0 patch. They changed his assists to be a little bit better for you know, supporting the other character.
Yeah, and you know, he was already an amazing character in his own right, you know, when he's in the lead or when he's on point, but now his assist being even better, it's just a really stressful character to play against, man.
Yeah, I think stressful is definitely the right word for sure. And you know, he's normally not a character that does a ton of damage. So I think that the pick of Susanoo to partner up with Hazuma is really strong, because Susanoo is a character that everybody knows if he hits you, you're either dying or you're taking most of your life. It's just gonna happen. Dude. That's just what the character does, right?
It's such a struggle, dude. You know, it feels like it's like anxiety. Like, I don't want to get hit by Susan, but wow, we see a switch to Celica Adachi. Not okay. Definitely not a squad I've seen before. I'm excited. Celica, one of my personal favorite characters in the BlazBlue series. Adachi, one of my most hated characters, but you know, Celica makes up for it.
The duality of man.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah. So I mean, I guess we have to talk about him. Akatsuki, not Akatsuki. Sorry, Adachi is you share that sentiment with a lot of people. A lot of people hate Adachi. It's. I mean, hey, he's the villain, right? Like,
yep.
he's a villain, right? So that's just how it is. On the other hand, I don't know anybody that goes, man, I hate Celica. It's always they're either indifferent or they love her. Right? She's adorable. She's got really cool mechanics. It's just, you know,
in this game, I feel like in this game, maybe I you know, in previous BlazBlue games, I've definitely heard that sentiment a couple times. But
okay, yeah. I guess I should have clarified. You're right.
In this game, though, she's a little bit weird, and definitely not a character I see very often. But she does a very similar things to what she did in BlazBlue. You know, she does you're pulling the trigger, using that little extra meter, not gonna get the KO, but got Susanoo on Magic Pixel here, raw tag into Hazama.
Well, luckily able to get Susanoo out thanks to that raw tag. And yeah, this is going to be one of the strengths of the Celica Adachi team, is they both have a full screen laser, whether they're on if Adachi is on support or on point. And Celica can only do it as an assist, I believe, but regardless, it's still going to allow for them to move forward. However, Burst getting caught. Oh no.
Oh no. Yeah, reversal action directly into his block. It's gonna be a big punish. Can't burst this either. Oh, drops it, but doesn't matter. Gets the follow up. And now we got solo.
I don't think he was ready for the drop.
Yeah.
Oh, didn't know what side he was on. Yeah.
Bro, that is the worst feeling in the world, getting crossed up like that. Oh.
You think you have a handle on things, and then they drop the combo and you get crossed up again, and it's like, wait, but you were just over there and hitting me. What happened?
yeah, drop the combo and you accidentally crossed me up, dude. Come on. Happens to the best of us, I guess. Yep.
Yeah, you know, sometimes that's just how it be. And I mean, yeah, I gotta be real, man. Zavid is looking really strong, and for this bracket for sure. That Hazuma is looking real hard to catch. Gonna be moving on. Unfortunately, we're not gonna be seeing any more Neapolitan or Celica coming through for the rest of this.
Yeah, you know, I really respect that Plainsman characters you don't see quite as often. Didn't really work out for him, but at least he's repping hard. Oh, there's that reversal action punish, and that was it, man. He saw his life flash before his eyes as soon as he pressed the button.
Yeah, again, Susanoo, always such big damage, right? Just going to be able to catch on the assist. This is where that assist Hazuma came into play. You know, we of course, we know that Hazuma was doing work on point, but the second that character got an assist, still made it work incredibly well.
And man, this really was This really was Zavid controlling the tempo of the matches. I feel like he just looks so comfortable in all 3 matches they played. You can tell he has a lot of hours put in Hazama and Susanoo.
Yeah, it was pretty much just one of those. I'm just gonna run my normal game plan, the game plan that I do every week, and it's solid enough that you're just gonna have to feel it out. You're gonna have to deal with it, right? And that's gonna move them on to the second round here. You guys can see on the bracket. Follow along with us as we have eliminated some of our competitors. Unfortunately, fortunately for the winners, however, they're gonna keep on going, and we're gonna have to line up a few more matches to see who is gonna. Yeah, is someone gonna upset Cox, or
bro? I mean, this is gonna be difficult. You know, taking his first match 3-0, you can tell he's here to play, and we've reached our top 8 players here, single elim, like we mentioned many times before. Someone's gonna have to pull off a miracle to take it over Cox. I feel like he's probably just so comfortable, playing these matches, winning these tournaments. He's done this before. He's been here before. He's just used to it.
Yeah, so I mean, if you guys want a chance, if you're in the EU, if you want a chance at being able to stop Cax, maybe next time, because it's a little too late to sign up. You guys can compete with us here at compete.playstation.com, and also if you're in NA, you can also sign up. And I believe there's another region as well. Unfortunately, it's escaping me off the top of my head. I'm sorry, but multiple regions, PS4 Open Tournament Series, right? So you guys can sign up week after week.
Yep, and don't forget, guys, once you're finished here playing at PlayStation.com, you can, of course, register for Arc Revo coming up later this year, another online event of BB Tag action. Once you got your practice in here, you're ready, man. I believe in you. You're ready. Not me, but you.
It's one of those things where I think anybody should sign up regardless of how they feel about their skill level, because you get the practice versus people that know what they're doing, or even people that are only slightly better than you, right? Because maybe you haven't seen tournament level play yet and you're thinking, I don't know what to do to up my game. Well, you can play against those opponents directly, and you can be like, oh, they're doing this thing I never thought of. Like, I didn't even realize this was a thing. But yeah, so you guys can get that ready. But for us here, we're going to have to take a quick break so we can get these next matches set up, guys. But please stay tuned here, as we're going to have the rest of the EU Top 8 coming up right after this.
See you guys.
So many world-famous players, they started online.
We are good to go for our first match of the stream.
We're here for FIFA 20 action.
Who will be the overall grand final victor? The next PlayStation FIFA superstar.
I think the level of play that we're currently looking at, and it's fantastic. No one leaves today empty-handed.
PlayStation.
Welcome back to the PS4 Tournaments BB Tag Open Series Finals, August Finals. It is time. It's your boy DC, joined by, you know him, you love him, Ebonic Plague. What is going on, my dude?
Hey, you know, I had to get my heart rate down a little bit after seeing some Shie power charge and some, and some Susanoo obliterating life bars.
I'm telling you, it's bro. You know, I always say this whenever I commentate BB Tag events. It's a struggle. It's a struggle. It's like it's a lot going, a lot of emotions, like a roller coaster of everything going on. I can only imagine how the players are feeling. And speaking of players, let's take a look at the bracket. Our top 8 we got already for you guys in this August finals. What do we got, Ebonic?
Yeah, so we're gonna have Cax 444 versus Lollare. We're gonna have Zavid versus Haterino. We're gonna have King Rosta versus Alicia Starlight. PBL versus PBL 234. Excuse me, I gotta put some respect. Versus JajukakujaJ.
I really like that
and
name,
so,
Haterino. By the way, that's a good one. I like some of these PS4 online tags. And
yeah.
You know, we've seen a couple of these players already, and I think it's time to see the new players. Who are you most excited to watch in these top 8 players?
Well, I mean, I guess I gotta mention the person coming up right now who has won the previous 2 finals for the EU side. It's gonna be Cax versus Lollare, but Cax is the person that I am excited because I finally get to see who, like, we might even know who this is, but we just don't know their PSN tag, right? Like I maybe just forgot. I'm dumb. It happens.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely happens. But you know, either way, we see a player that we know and and love, or we're seeing some new blood coming into the scene. You know, taking charge of these tournaments. So I think either way is really exciting. You know, and either way, we're getting some good BB tag action.
Yeah, and so you guys can see the results of the poll for this match in particular right below. It's going to be 75% in Cax's favor, and I mean, yeah, you're kind of just playing to the numbers right at that point. But Lollare
that's a safe bet, I feel like. Yeah.
Oh, Lollare showing up with Ruby Adachi as well, a very, very solid team. Oh, okay, so all right, I do know Cax. Okay, I saw that team and I was like, okay, I know this player.
Tell me more, Ebonic. Spoil it for me. Who is it? Who's the masked man?
Well, so as you might notice, you see Labris Elizabeth, right? Labris Elizabeth is what I would say to be a slightly more technical team. It's a little bit harder to play, but it has the options for days. Cax has constructed this team in such a way that you basically don't get to see what Aegis is doing. And the second you don't get to see what Aegis is doing is when she sets you up for your imminent death.
Well, Ebonic, I gotta be real with you. Even if you see what this character is doing, come on, man. it's just a matter of time till you get hit with an overhead. Look like that. Look, there we go. Boom.
Yeah, that was without Elizabeth, you're right. Yep. Oh no, caught both characters. Adachi did end up falling out, so I guess that's, better, but still gotta deal with it. Oh, drop the combo!
Dropping the super, gonna take a combo to face burst. It's gonna get baited.
Yeah, super good
damage,
call out right there on the burst. Gonna try and set up the sandwich, try and meet him air to air. Yeah, you don't want to let him get away, right? The second we've seen Cax get away is when they make something happen.
I really like the disrespect from Cax, though, not just sitting there waiting for the Adachi assist to come down. Says, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna fight back.
Okay, able to get away from the Aegis right there. Just set up the block string, right? Wants to be able to get out, but not gonna be able to stop the empty jump low. The mix-up is real. There's meter on deck. Yeah, I was gonna say the burst is probably gonna be required for Adachi to live here.
Oh, run up a grab, not able to bait that burst because he doesn't have any meter for no punish.
Oh my gosh. The GP right there, gonna finish off this Ruby. No,
Ruby survives, gets the overhead in the corner. This is big damage.
That's gonna be a dead character, not just big damage.
The run back. All right, gets Adachi in there.
Yeah, wanted to try and set up the sandwich situation. Oh no, got the Ruby assist. That assist is incredible. He's gonna be able to full screen confirm, but drops it.
Yeah. Where's the mix-up? No mix-up. Okay. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, mind charge.
Oh, he just throws out the. My boy Lollare is a man with nothing to lose. Says, I am going to push super in between your block string. Either it comes out or it doesn't. And he's up one game here. You know exactly what happened.
Yeah,
wow.
Super good call out right there for the end of that. But I mean, I gotta talk about like the middle section of that. It was at first it started out as, you know, just kind of like a Cax just running in doing the generic I guess pressure where it's like it's high or low and I don't know what it's gonna be. But once there was a drop from Cax, Lollare capitalized on it so well that he was able to turn the tide of battle completely. Right, no more offensive pressure from Cax. And it was kind of just a game of control for Lollare after that.
Yep. All right, so we see Lollare up one game here against our two-time champion. Let's see if he can pull off the huge upset here, or will Cax figure something out and fight back?
Yeah, so one thing I do want to point out is Lollare was actually in one of the tournaments that Cax did win previously, but they got third to Cax and Jaju. It went Cax, Jaju, Lollare for second and third. So, I mean, you know, we earlier we talked about, you know, you lose to the same person week after week, and eventually you're just you don't want to take it anymore, right?
I love that. Calls the cross combo with the Liz assist to not get hit by the Adachi super. And now we see Cax up 2 characters to 1 here. Immediately hitting the Ruby in the corner, drops the combo, but gets a counter hit and then an overhead reset. He is in Lollare's head.
That's another one of Aegis's really strong moments. Is not only does she have some of the best mix-up potential in the game, she does very solid damage, and on top of all of that, if she drops it, she can loop right back into her own offensive pressure, and that is why Cax is able to take that second game almost emphatically. That was really fast.
I love that, man. My charge, put him in the coffin. DHC super for the win in game number 2. We are tied up.
Yeah, so Mind Charge, Elizabeth, she actually gets rid of some of her health to gain meter, right? So that allowed for the supers to show up because he didn't actually have the meter to do that originally. But, you know, Elizabeth, she's like, all right, you know, the team needs some meter. I'm going to give him some meter. I'll get rid of my health, but we win the game, right? Like, that, I think that's a fair trade.
Yeah, it's so scary because, you know, it's like, wow, well, at this point, if I drop this combo, I really might have just, you know, completely put myself in the coffin here, but... Cax looking very, very confident with his combos, confident in game number 2. Let's see what happens in game number 3.
Yeah, I think both of these teams are so well structured for the control of each character. Each character complements one another in such great ways, right? Like having the full screen laser beams for Aegis, Ruby having things like the gunshot for Adachi, etc., right? He hit both characters on that one.
Oh no. All right, well, at the very least, that one character in the back is going to be in that HP, and empty jump low, catching Cax, and another reset onto Liz. Liz is not a very high. Expecting a burst.
He was looking
I don't even know.
Looking for the burst. I think 100% he was looking for the burst right there because he didn't have any assist meter to be able to call it out with an assist, right? So he just had to hard call it out.
Raw tag, get Adachi out of there, please. No. Oh my god, I'm so sad. Adachi living on Magic Pixel but not able to get out.
Yeah, and now Adachi things are offered just up to the gods. River's gonna come in with the resonance right here.
Dash, empty jump, grab, and that is game number 3 for Cax, showing why he has won 2 tournaments in a row.
It be like that sometimes. Is all I can say about that.
Wow.
I do think one of the most important points though was the fact that he didn't get Adachi out. Adachi actually had a lot of recoverable health, so if there was a chance for that character to get out, that could have evened up life totals. Honestly, it could have just been right back to even if that character got some of that health back.
This is what I was talking about, though. You know, sometimes raw tag, even if your incoming character takes a hit, better than losing your character with a ton of recoverable HP. So those decisions you got to make, and it's really tough, and you don't have a lot of time to think about it.
Yeah, definitely a super tough decision because, you know, maybe that's the hit that the opponent has that can kill an extra character and you just don't know about it. Or, you know, maybe they don't actually have a combo that can do something there. You don't know until, I guess, you try, right?
Yeah.
Almost got both characters right there. Can I get the instant overhead?
Wow, I love that. I guess anti-air and also catching Adachi's persona coming down.
Making it so that it didn't do anything at all. Yeah, that's pretty strong. It's one of the best anti-airs in the game for sure. It's it just goes to the top of the screen because she literally just shoots bullets. Like,
yeah, I love that. You know, the funny part is it's actually been nerfed since Persona. She's actually missing one extra bullet. Calling out the burst.
Oh man, that's not good right there. As Adachi's gonna take a grip of damage. He's got so much meter to work with. I believe
he has
this
meter,
is a
bro.
dead character.
This is the end of Adachi, yeah? Oh, yes, he got both! Whoa, bro, first of all, where did Ruby come from? How did she get in there in that combo?
So he dropped the combo.
Gosh, bro.
He was definitely going to kill Adachi if that combo was normal, right? Like if he had not dropped that combo, but because he had dropped the combo, he must have been holding down the assist button as soon as he had gotten out of hit stun, and because of the move that Elizabeth put out, that's a constant attack, right? So the second that Ruby came in, she just immediately got hit, and there was nothing she could do.
And that's truly the Cax factor, my dude. That's exactly why my man has won 2 tournaments in a row, and he's looking good in this third. That's so unfortunate, though. You know, it was already bad. He was about to lose Adachi, but he somehow found a way to make it even worse by calling that assistant and losing instantly, bro. Wow.
You know, that's actually one thing we saw in all of Cax's matches throughout the set was if there was a combo drop, there was always a contingency plan. There was always a hitbox that was out before anything could happen, you know, from the opponent. There was always something that could be done to save his skin. And that's exactly what happened. It's gotten a bunch of counter hits over there on Lollare's side, and I think it was a very important trait because if as long as you're aware, you can always make a bad situation a little bit better.
Man, that's I'm so sad about that. A huge damage.
I feel like Lollare's probably pretty sad too.
Yeah. Look at this empty jump. Oh, instant grab. You know you're in your opponent's head if you get them to block and just like block for more than a second after they resonance burst. Oh, so sad. Adachi getting beaten up here. What happens? Boom. Ruby comes in, gets caught, and you blink and you missed it, man.
Really unfortunate way to go out right there for Lollare, but Cax is going to be moving on.
Yeah, that was a little heartbreaking for me. It was a good set, but man, that last game was tough. Ooh, all right, our next match is going to be Zavid, which we saw earlier, taking it 3 over Himiko versus Haterino.
Yeah. So I remember you're a big fan of that name, right? So we're gonna find out. And I think what's really funny is we actually took a survey for the players. They gave us some answers on some questions, and Haterino, I feel like their name matches because I'm gonna pull this up real fast.
Let's see, Haterino. Yep.
It's Haterino. They.
Wait, first of all, I want to see that. This guy, he says his character. What character do you main? All he put was Mitsuru.
It's just
no
Mitsuru.
other character.
It's just Mitsuru. Yeah.
I love that, bro. Why do you play that character? Just Mitsuru. I like Mitsuru.
It's just Mitsuru. I like Mitsuru.
It's a man after my own heart, truly.
Yeah, no, we're both big Mitsuru fan here, actually. But the reason why I say the name Haterino is pretty apt is because of that. Mitsuru is not a well-liked character to play against. people struggle versus this character.
Absolutely.
People struggle versus this character.
I will say in this game specifically, though, there are a lot of characters. You know, Mitsu pretty much known for kind of controlling the screen with her huge hitboxes. But in this game, there are a lot of characters that can fight against that. So Hazama, I feel like is going to be maybe a hard character for Mitsu to deal with, catch, you know, as he's jumping around in the air and things like that. But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, one of the things that Mitsuru can do to stop Hazama is that she has a very, very strong jump A. Her jump A is maybe one of the best in the game because for those of you who don't know, maybe know a little bit about frame data in this game, it's 7 frames and it's active all the way until she touches the ground. And for those of you who don't know what that means, it means it's one of the fastest buttons in the game. And it just remains a constant attack until she touches the ground.
TLDR, it's really good. As you see him immediately start off the round with a jump A.
Yeah, see, knowing that Hazuma's going to walk away, because, I mean, that's a pretty common Hazuma tactic, right? They want to jump to the top of the screen and make the best situation for themselves. No way. The orb actually stopped that hit right there because it was off the screen, so it couldn't be attacked by anybody. And, you know, it still remains even if the point character gets hit.
Oh, all right. That's where you're catching both characters. Hazama, one of those characters that can actually hit a reversal action, you know, from full screen away and not have to worry about it.
Yeah, that's true. The chains allow him to do that. It's a pretty nice trait of the character, and I mean, he's got Mitsuru in the mix. Got the hit. There's not a lot of health left. Oh, that should be a dead character.
Yeah. Oh, and yeah, you know, we were talking about how much he loves Mitsuru. Unfortunately, my dude, he got no Mitsuru to work with anymore.
Mitsuru's attendant is here, however. Okay, Resonance is going to get activated. Only level 2 Resonance, so not a lot of meter in life game, but it might not even matter. It's got the hit there.
Yeah,
big drop, but
drops
still.
this combo. Oh, picks it up again, and yeah, that's going to be it for Liz.
Yeah, there was a lot of great choices right there for Zavito. The active switching, I think, is a very important point specifically because, like you mentioned at the very beginning of the broadcast, active switch allows you to gain health back faster and meter faster when you're putting the opponent in hit stun, block stun, what have you, right? So he pretty much always had bar to work with to do EX attacks or supers or anything like that. And he also had the mix-up potential to do anything because of the active switches.
Yep. Yeah, and man, you know, even though Liz is one of those low HP characters, I feel like she is a pretty good character to have in the 1v2 situation. Of course, that mind charge can help her out. She has multiple combos to lead into an instant kill if you can do them. They can be difficult, but I don't know. Let's see what happens in this next match here. Hopefully, Haterino can hold on to that Mitsuru a little bit longer.
No, there's no Mitsuru this time. It just switched over to Hilda.
That's on me for looking at the camera. My bad.
Well, no, it's wild to me because in that we talked about the survey, and in 4 out of in like 30 of the answers that he gave, it was just I like Mitsuru, and I'm like, okay, we have an understanding, we have a mutual bro love, but
I thought I knew this guy, but now I don't know anymore, man.
All right, well, we'll see. I mean, you know, Hilda's probably in attempts to be able to catch Hazuma because of the zoning options, right? The projectiles that she can shoot.
All right, well, hopefully, yeah. I think he must have thought, man, this Hazama is giving me a hard time across the screen. Let's cut him off from that.
Okay, one set for another is going to be able to get the hit thanks to the orb. And remember, we talked about it a bit ago. That orb does not go away unless you either hit Seth or hit the orb. If Seth is blocking, the orb is still there. It doesn't worry. It doesn't worry about it.
It's going to be very hard to deal with. Not a lot of projectiles that work like that. Generally, if you hit someone while they're blocking, sometimes, you know, a lasting projectile might disappear, but not Seth.
No, it's just one of the options he has afforded to him. Oh, unfortunately, though, the overhead is going to connect as one Seth down.
That was just a raw overhead, too. You know, no real mix-up there. Just kind of got hit. Oh, drops it.
On the
no
super.
punish.
Oh, it's going to give Hilda a chance. Tries to go for the full screen super. Yeah, she does have the ability to use a super that's omnidirectional and quite quick, but as long as the opponent is wary of it, it's not going to get grabbed by it. There it is again.
All right. Good damage here, but honestly, Hazama's still living. Gonna take that pretty well, and 3 seconds left on Resonance Blaze. Another one, though. I don't know. It's getting pretty close. I think he's just gonna maybe try to act. Never mind, my bad. That did way more damage than I thought it would.
Yeah, that did actually a lot more than I was expecting too. I was expecting like to live with a little bit, not straight up die, but I mean this kind of puts him close to even. Obviously Zavito having to, I was gonna say the advantage thanks to the meter and the resonance.
I feel like, okay, so he takes the round, I was a little worried though, calling that resonance blaze very, very early. He had no recoverable HP and it was almost at full HP. So the thing about resonance blaze is once you know, if you have full HP, if you get hit a couple times and you pop that resonance blaze, it's almost like having double that amount of HP. You know, you recover a ton very, very quickly, and you know, you can really just extend the life of your character the longer you hold resonance blaze.
Yeah, I think on the same vein, however, you also do get the meter when it's going on. So you, when your character, like Seth in particular, your EX lunge is one of the strongest tools in the game in a 1v1 situation, right? So so having that extra meter to work with that you're just constantly gaining thanks to being in resonance blaze, I think was the idea there. He was just like, okay, I won't need that health regen if I'm constantly bullying my opponent with a full screen lunge that is unreactable, right? Like,
sure, yeah. It's always a little scary, especially with the low HP characters, but obviously he knows what he's doing. Let's see this game in number 3.
Yeah, so currently 2 up for Zavid.
What do you think about this Hilda switch compared to Mitsuru?
I think personally in the long run, I think Mitsuru was the better choice. However, Hilda could be a comfort thing, right? One of the things that...
Are you sure? I mean, I didn't see any Hilda on his survey.
Hey, look, I'm just trying to give him benefit of the doubt on this. It could be a comfort pick in terms of matchup. I could feel like that catching Hazama is just a lot easier with Hilda in their experience in games they've played. You know, playing a lot of online, they could run into the character a lot. Or maybe in any of these other PS4 Open series, they may have run into Zavid.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. May not be the first time these guys have played. I don't know. Hopefully he can figure something out here because he's having good matches, but not able to close anything out really.
Yeah, especially right now, it's a matter of catching up to the Seth, and the one opportunity that they had for it, the Seth orb actually negated that, and then allowed Zavid Seth to get a hit on the active switch.
And wow, burst does not not able to beat the burst, so it has to take that one. Oh, calling him out.
Yeah, it's a really good tool for when the opponent gets very jump happy, right? It's one of the few things that goes at that angle. It's very fast and it allows for a combo afterward. Unfortunately, Zavid dropped it, but I like the decision. Oh, faked him out.
Low. Yeah. You see, you watching Zavid always jumping on wake up with Zama jump block if anything, but he does not want to be on the ground.
Yeah, jumping on wake up actually versus Hilda is very strong because her reversal action is really slow, and reversal actions are some of the only moves in the game that are air unblockable, right? So being able to stop a jump on wake up with Hilda is actually it can be annoying unless you properly timed your attack on their wake up.
Calling him out. Oh, calling out the burst with a super here. It's going to be good damage, but he's going to be living no HP to follow up with the second. I'm sorry, no meter to follow up with the second super.
Yeah, I do really love the way that this has been going for Haterino. It's you notice that the health is basically at its maximum for both characters, right? Because he's been switching between the two anytime they have some recoverable health to get. It's just been prolonging the life of both these characters. Blocks the overhead. Is that a pun? Okay, I was like, does he know something I
totally respect that. I thought it was gonna work, but
well, it could have also been a call out for if there was an extra button press that Hilda would do afterwards, right? Like if Hilda pressed another button after that, that totally would have worked.
Man, Zavid really trying to make this happen with Solo Hazama. Has a ton of meter.
He's gonna use just a little bit, trying to get the max damage that they can in this situation. Oh yeah, see that EX lunge.
I feel like the really tough thing about playing 1v2 is that you have no way to bait burst. So bursts are almost always free once you hit your opponent. Oh no! Bro, I'm so sad.
So I know what happened there. I just didn't know that was a thing with Hilda. That was the first time I had seen it.
It looked to me it looked like Hazama got crossed up and maybe did the wrong super, but go ahead. Maybe I'm incorrect about that.
Well, if he got crossed up or did the wrong super, that's one thing, right? But so normally Hilda, normally when you press buttons when you're turned around, your character will do the button that happens when you're turned around the way that you're facing, right? However, it turns out, I didn't know this, Hilda actually autocorrects and turned back around to hit Hazuma before the super came out. I didn't know that she could that she could do that. Yep. That's very reminiscent of a Dragon Ball FighterZ auto combo.
All right, so Haterino puts himself on the board without me too. Maybe he just needed a game to get comfortable with Hilda.
Possibly. That last game looked very, very in control. And again, I do want to point out the character switch. Switching the characters to get the life back for the character that was dying. That happened so often that it felt like he had 4 characters. You know, they just stayed alive that long.
Well, it didn't take long for Zavid to adapt to this, as we see as quite a lead right now. Haterino doing his best to stay in there, though. His combo's gonna put him back. No, drops it.
Yeah, super unfortunate right there. That could have turned the tide, right? But that's gonna allow for Zavido Seth to come out and get Hazuma's health back. Yeah, I think he was looking for the burst on that one. Ooh, Seth Orb again, saving the day.
You can honestly tell, I feel like Haterino's switch to Hilda was 100% for Hazama. Every time Hazama jumps, you see Hilda jump in the back and try to air him. Didn't quite work out for him in this game, and now we're solo Seth versus a very healthy Seth in Hazama.
Yeah, it's not as easy as versus Seth with Hilda due to his incredibly fast options from full screen, right? So he can kind of match Hilda at full screen, despite the fact that he's technically a melee type character.
No! Oh, he must have been trying to jump or something.
Yeah, well, you had mentioned that earlier. He was jumping on wake up every time, right? Seth has some better options to be able to stop that sort of thing.
I feel like that maybe is Zavid's MO, bro. He does not like to be on the ground very often, and any chance he gets, he will try to jump. And that might be his downfall here.
The floor is definitely lava, and I mean, it's not even just like physical attack. Oh, the command grab!
Wow, command grab at the Hotenjin. This is gonna be enough. He has the mid. No, drops it! Oh, but it doesn't match. Wow. His life must have flashed before his eyes as he dropped that combo. Able to pick it up and move on over. Oh my gosh, that was scary. That was really scary.
Yeah, the second I saw him drop that combo, I was like, oh goodness, is this how it changes? Is this how the future is different?
Yeah,
is this how the timeline
Honestly,
goes away?
Dude, Haterino did such an amazing job almost running that back with solo Seth. I feel like if he had just a little bit more HP, or I don't know, man, it was so close. That was heartbreaking too.
I think a big factor would have been the recognition of that combo drop could have been his chance to just win that game straight out, because with the combo drop that would have left Hazuma in recovery and maybe even just a free hit. I don't know, whatever the case may be, Zavido looked very strong for the first game.
Number one pro tip for BB Tag is do not trust your opponents to finish combos. Always be ready for them to drop, okay? I'm serious, bro. It's real.
I'm not refuting it. I'm not refuting it at all. I think that's actually a very correct statement, because especially it's not even just that there it is. There's that she turned around. Yep. She just straight up turned around. But I think your point is applicable not even just for people who are unintentionally dropping combo, but people who are intentionally doing it to get a reset on you. You know, sometimes people are like, this combo won't kill, right? So I need a little extra oomph. I need something else. So they drop the combo, they leave you standing, and then they mix you up after that. And you aren't ready because you're like, oh, you know, they're not going to drop this. They're not going to, you know, let this go or anything like that. But that's the mix-up in and of itself. So.
Drop and boom. Unfortunate. But we see and move on over Haterino. Zavid really putting in work in that last set. And we got 2 more matches here in the initial top 8 of King Rosta and Alicia, Starlight, PBL 234 versus JajukakujaJ.
Mm-hmm. I'm actually a little excited to see the Alicia Starlight match, because I don't know what it is about that name, but I love that name. It's just fun to say, Alicia Starlight.
Me personally, I like King Rosta, but you know, I think they're both
also a big fan of that. I mean, I believe that's going to be the match that we're seeing up next once we get the players into the lobby. So we saw King Rosta a little bit earlier, right? I do believe we did. Let me take a look.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, that was the
too long
Yosuke set.
ago.
I remember. That was
Yes,
the match
yes,
that
yes.
was super close right there. That was the Shie power charge match.
Oh yeah, the one that changed his whole life, bro. After that he became a different person. He just started playing different as well.
He cleaned up, got a job.
Yeah, right, bro.
Oh man, but yeah, I mean, like when you get hit by Shie power charge, that's what happens to you. You just say never. I'm never getting hit by anyone ever again. It's never happened.
Yeah. My dude, it was a reality check, but we're gonna see him again here, and hopefully he still has that mindset going on, from that initial match, knowing like, wow, I was in game 5 of a single elim match. I could be out already. So hopefully he keeps that momentum, that mental, that mental endurance going into his next game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the hardest part is you when your heart starts pounding early in the bracket, and because you have to calm yourself down because it's like bro, you got like 3 or 4 more matches. Like, you got to compose yourself now,
bro,
or it could just
that
be
was
over.
the first match of the day. You got a lot more to go, my friend. And we're gonna see Yosuke Seth like before versus Heart Adachi.
I like it.
Wow.
I like Heart Adachi. I think Heart has one of the strongest offensive pressure sets in the game. She just has so many different tools to constantly be pressuring the opponent and also doing mix-ups. She's very similar to Aegis in that sense, actually, where high and low is happening constantly.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's man. It's not I love the matching colors, but not a team I see very often. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Heart in general, I feel like another character that was really hyped up like Neapolitan, but you just don't see it very often.
Yeah, it's I wonder if it's due to the nature of how different she is, because she's legitimately a different character, which I mean makes sense. You know, she comes from the Arcane Art series, right? It's definitely not like a BlazBlue type character or a Persona type character, right? This is a whole new territory. When we were joking about the ground being lava earlier, this character exudes the ground being lava. She can literally fly.
Absolutely, yep. And you saw that the homing into an empty jump low, very hard to block, very hard to deal with, man.
Yeah, this is that offensive pressure that we mentioned earlier. See, like she can even catch up with characters like Hazuma and Seth at the top of the screen. She doesn't care about any of that.
Yeah, I think Heart is actually a really good counter to this team. You know, Yosuke and Seth gonna be jumping around pretty far away, and Heart can just kind of get in there.
But how long can she be a counter? If you notice her health value, I was gonna say she's going down pretty hardcore. If King Rosta can just kind of exude the storm for a little bit, or I mean, weather the storm a little bit.
Weather storm.
He can get away from it and maybe even kill Heart. But putting Itachi in.
Oh no. That's the worst feeling in the world. You see your opponent moonsaulting, you try to burst, you miss them completely and get moonsaulted anyway. Oh no.
Countered the throw right there thanks to that reversal actually being a counter. Yeah, trying to punish it, but the V slash is going to allow him to jump over the jab, and this should be a dead Adachi.
It doesn't matter how long you play this game. Sometimes you see the moonsault miss and you're like, yeah, I can punish. Nope. It's not real. Don't fall for it, guys. Not in 2020.
You got to do it during the moonsault and before the moonsault. Yep. Otherwise, I usually just get away. It's too scary.
Dude, I don't even deal with it, man. You can moonsault all you want. I'll be across the screen, bro. It's hard.
just get this man away from me. He's doing backflips and I don't know what to do about it.
Good first match for King Rosta. Let's see if he can keep that momentum up, or will his opponent figure something out. Alicia Starlight, I believe in you. The Heart is looking clean.
I want to believe in Alicia Starlight simply due to their player card. So skipping intros creates lag, and that's the truth. In Arxis games, when you skip intros, it stops the sync. And if you don't know about it, please stop skipping intros when you play somebody. Yeah. You can steal my car. You can beat me up, but just stop skipping the intros, please.
Don't skip the damn intro. All right, game number 2.
Yeah, so earlier we talked about how Heart was really strong at being able to catch Yosuke and Seth, and while that was the case, it wasn't enough. Maybe due to the damage outputs, it's definitely not helping that Adachi is kind of getting mollywopped right now. Oh,
yeah. Hopefully get that Heart in. I'm gonna see an active switch. There it is. Boom. I love that Zio active switch to get the pressure and the extra recovery.
Yeah, I think Heart Adachi is a great team to be able to set up a situation where you don't know what Heart's gonna do. It's very similar to that Elizabeth Aegis team.
Yep. Boom, another set of moonsaults gonna knock him down.
But it's the
The
mix
thing
up
about
afterwards
moonsault,
that
it's just so
always
damn long.
It's really good for Yosuke too that it's that long, because it allows him to get the assist gauge back if that's what the character needs, right? Or maybe you're trying to prolong the combo so your other character gets health back, stuff like that. Dachi by himself now.
Oh, I like the cross-up attempt. Doesn't fall for it though. It just jumps out.
Oh, missing it.
Missing the. Oh, that's so sad.
I think it's the Atom Smasher this time, but I mean, Seth is still alive. That's the hard part.
No fear though. Does not want. There we go. I was about to say, man, don't give up to Seth for no reason.
Yeah, that's one of those hard decisions you mentioned earlier. Is when can you put Seth in that'll be a safe time? Or, I mean, take Seth out that'll be a safe time, right?
Yeah. All right, no more recovery for Adachi here. Boom, it's gonna be big damage. He has 4 bars of meter, so I don't know what their damage output looks like, but
I think he's alive by even on the DHT. I know this does a ton of damage, but yeah. Okay.
Oh, just the counter hit low. Come on, like that. That's unfortunate.
I think that's one of those situations where you see Yosuke come in on a raw tag, right? And you're like, oh, you know, they have to recover from the tag. So I'll start pressing buttons to try and punish it. But raw tag is actually one of the fastest tools in the game, and you recover very quickly.
Yeah, sometimes you can just, it doesn't look like it, or, you know, and especially in other games where you play multiple characters, raw tag in this game is pretty safe unless you're playing against like Yuzu or Hilda or like Batista. Most of the time, if you're across the screen, raw tag is free.
Yeah, definitely. Those characters do make it a bit scary because they can just whop you from full screen. But like that's not what's going on here. It was Adachi by himself. The most he would have gotten was a Zeodyne if it was full screen, right? So it's not a lot. It's not a very scary option. But coming into it.
Yeah, well, King Rosta looking very, very good going into this game number 3. Alicia's gonna have to figure out something ASAP.
Yeah, I do personally believe that Heart on point is the play. I don't believe that the Adachi is the on point is the thing. But sometimes you have to put Adachi in, right? Because Heart is taking a grip of damage.
Like right now, get Heart out of there.
Okay. Excellently done on the situation after. It's going to activate cross combo. It's not going to kill, but I think the idea was simply to get rid of as much recoverable health as possible right there. Because that's what happens when you're in cross combo is the damage you do is actually non-recoverable health. Happy birthday!
Oh no, Bonic, what's going on, bro? I feel like this, you know, usually you see players adapt and improve as the set goes on, but I feel like King Rosta was the one who did that.
Yeah.
That was wild.
I mean, you're still technically right. There is somebody adapting and improving as the set going on. It just happens to be the person that's already winning.
Yeah, wow, man, that was crazy.
Yeah, got both characters right at the end there, and then when the final character came in, got a cross up with Yosuke just hitting with the assist, and that's another one of the strong points about that team is the left-right situation is just really, really hard to react to.
I feel like Alicia definitely had a hard time blocking the overwhelming mix-up coming from Yosuke and Seth. He got hit so many times in that last round. Not even like you know, like a crazy cross-up, just getting hit low, getting hit by an air dash overhead. You know, it's hard. It's hard. Don't get me wrong. I know it's hard, but you know, that's what happened.
Yeah, that's just sometimes how it is in BB Tag. Offense can be so overwhelming that things just look like you want to press a button, or you know, look like you can jump out, but that's the structure of it, right? They want to trick you into that sort of thing. So because of that, Rosta's going to be moving on right there to the top 4, and we're going to be figuring out King Rosta's opponent in either PBL 234 or JajukakujaJ.
For my sake,
I'm trying my best.
I hope PBL takes it. PBL much easier to say than JajukakujaJ, but. For the stream's sake, I hope the better player wins.
we have our own, you know, affinities, and then but you know, the better player is usually going to win in these situations anyway. It is 3 out of 5 for a reason. You know, you get you get that sort of thing going. And that's going to be the match we have up next. Who's going to round out the top 4? Remember, I know we've mentioned it a couple times, but I do think it's worth noting because it's usually double elim for most tournaments, but these tournaments here are going to be single elim as we go on throughout the day. But let us know who will win, guys.
I feel like single elim honestly has its merits to its like the pressure of I mentioned this earlier, the pressure of not having that safety net of the losers bracket. It's like you got to be playing your best at all times, you know. Not saying the players don't do that when it's double elim, but like there's a lot more pressure, a lot more just on your mental. You got to be there at all times, you know. Yeah,
for sure. It doesn't allow you much leeway, so it's either you execute or you fall to the ground.
Yep.
But yeah, so it's looking like the chat is liking Jaju for the win on this one. We haven't actually yet gotten to see this Adachi Yumi, but that's what we're gonna see. So I'm gonna address the elephant in the room with the Adachi Yumi. This is the team that a lot of people are complaining about. These are two of the characters.
Team is so dry, you know.
These are two of the characters that a lot of people are not big fans of, is what I will say.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's so frustrating playing against these two characters. But does Jaju really have any room to talk about frustrating characters playing Yuzu and Hilda? I mean, let's be real. Come on.
I mean, you know, if you're in America, a lot of people think Hilda's not very strong, not very annoying, you know, really easy to deal with. I don't personally share that sentiment, but I mean, I guess you could say that. I mean, look at that move, first of all. Hilda 4P.
That was just ridiculous. That was a round start, full screen, cross-up overhead.
Caught the burst on that one as well. That was a pretty good situation for Jaju, but now already in there. Oh, big drop right there on the E-Riser.
Yeah. Oh, drop on the Yuzu combo. Those can be very difficult. You know, the timing is very, very tight.
Yeah. Especially in 2.0, they actually made her normal combos a little bit more difficult than they used to be. For the sake of balance reasons, I'll just say. Yeah.
All right, some good damage coming out here. Yeah, no, he's gonna hold on to his meter here. He knows, you know what? I want to stick with 3 bars. Oh. Now we got Dachi, and then there we go. Holding it, so you can push block for that reason, you know.
Oh, he's gonna be able to get the reversal action on that one, trying to set it up. Both characters, here's the cross combo. What is the mix-up? Immediate push block, and then just a low.
Yeah.
That character might be dead.
It has the meter. Yeah, I think this is it for Yuzu.
Oh, so close.
No, yeah. Oh, and the clash. Come on, not like this.
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, the starting attack that Yumi did right there is one of the best starting attacks in the entire game. It doesn't have damage scaling is the easiest way for me to put it without going super in depth to how the mechanics work. And so every subsequent hit afterwards was going to do the max damage on it, and so that's why I thought Yuzu was just straight up dead from 2 hits.
Yeah, and you can tell he thought he was dead too as he cashed out, used all his meter, didn't quite get it, and wow, we see PBL taking game number 1.
Yeah, PBL looking super good right there. What's funny too was that wasn't even some of the stuff that I feel like a lot of people complain about when it comes to Adachi Yumi. I felt like that was a pretty normal standard. Like all characters can do some of this. Like obviously there was still some of the stuff that everybody can do. Like at the end of the Zeodyne into 6P into Zeodyne active switch that's something only that team can do for sure. But most of it was not some of the stuff that most people are worried about when it comes to Adachi Yumi.
I think honestly, dude, we gotta talk about Zeodyne. It's so wild how strong and how powerful it is. Especially it was strong. It was strong in a game with 1 character, and now we got 2 characters, and it's just like the mix-up is kind of free. We saw it a couple times in game number 1.
It's really good. Normally you would sit down and you'd be like, okay, Zeodyne's not super strong because I have push block, right? I can push Adachi away. You know, but the problem is you do Zeodyne and then you switch to the other character. So when you push block, it pushes Adachi away, but the opponent isn't Adachi anymore.
Yep. And
so it doesn't actually end up working.
1 HP, and that clash so fast. the way she moves is so unnatural too. So you know you wouldn't expect them to come down that fast with an overhead.
Yeah. So and there's that Zio 6P Zio, right? That was the thing that only that team can do. That's just how that team works. They can full screen punish you and then go in for full combo, and that's just how it is, you know.
All right. Hopefully our game number 2, we see a Jaju figure something out. He wasn't looking too bad in that game number 1 though. I feel like he's just got hit a couple of times. You know, we saw him get hit once with just a raw low, no mix up. So hopefully he can clean that up and tighten it up and look a little better in game number 2.
PBL on the other hand, I feel like there's only like a few things that they probably have to be changed because obviously won that last one, right? But like it was a little bit closer, so it's kind of in the cleanup of your execution where you have to start fixing things, making sure that Jaju just doesn't get away, right? that's kind of the game plan, is like never let him leave, and then you always get to run the Itachi Yumi game plan.
Yeah. I see both players waiting here.
So what we're waiting on is no. So PBL was actually checking their net, probably just resetting a router or whatever. You know, it happens.
Yep. Got some different struggles in online events compared to live events, but I mean, as expected, it's all good. I'm having fun. We've seen some great BB tag today already, and I think we're going to continue to see that as this bracket closes up.
Yeah, what's really nice is I feel like we've seen such a good assortment of characters that anybody coming into this will get an idea of how the game works, right? Because normally you sit down, you look at it, and if you only watch like 1 or 2 matches, you're just like, I blinked and I missed it, right? But with all the characters in check, and with it being a full bracket of people, you get to watch a lot more matches, and you get to see every mechanic that the game has at work. You get to see the cross combos, you get to see the active switches, all that stuff.
Indeed,
so if you really didn't know about this game before, you probably know about it now.
Yeah, I think we got to add that to our keys to victory. Number 3, don't blink ever. Whether you're a spectator or a player or a commentator, just keep looking at the screen and keep the eye uptime to like 99%, and you'll be good.
Yeah. Funny enough, that is actually not terrible advice, even with the joke, because like looking at the screen can be very important, because when you're playing fighting games, looking at the screen, it shows all of the information that you always need to know. And by what I mean by looking at the screen is, I mean, look at your opponent's resources or their health or where they are on the screen, right? And when you see those kinds of things, you can tell what the opponent might want to do or what your best option is to oppress the opponent. Okay.
All right, well, we see PBL off to an early start. The opposite of what we saw in game number 1.
Yeah, but unfortunately didn't get to make much happen. Oh, the super comes out and gets punished by the reversal action of their own.
Was that a drop combo, or was it just a raw super? I blinked, I'm sorry.
It was it was a raw super on their wake up after the combo dropped, I believe. I think maybe they were trying to catch like him pressing a button or something. I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
Ooh, no punish on that reversal action. Gotta get the cross up there, I think.
Yeah, a lot of scrambles in this game so far. And Yuzu is not coming out on top here as she's sitting at 30% HP.
Yeah, that's why he went for the cross combo to switch there, is so that Yuzu would be completely safe in that. So normally when you just regular active switch, the character is still hittable, right? The character you switch out of. But when you do cross combo active switch, that character is completely invincible unless they do an attack. So that's what they were going for there. They were like, I'll spend my cross gauge to be able to save this character. That's not gonna hit, is it?
Oh yeah. So we said it a lot when an opponent supers. If you just called an assist and your assist is about to get hit by that super, you can cross combo to keep them safe.
Full screen conversion.
Okay.
That's what
and
this
the
team
low
does.
gets caught by the Zio. Baits the burst, and PBL is on fire here.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing a lot more Adachi Yumi type stuff right there. And okay, I want to point something out about that move that just hit Yuzu. That move is a low. That also anti-airs.
But also anti-airs. Where on the
That move
screen
is
am I
low
allowed
and
to
it
be?
hits at the
Ebonic?
top of
Where
the
should I
screen.
be? That's so unfortunate, man. And able to the crazy thing, able to convert too off of the almost full screen hit. It's wild.
Yeah, that's one of the nice parts about Yumi is that move in particular, specifically that move leads her into what's called aerial rave. It's a mechanic unique to her, where she automatically follows up as long as it connects. If it hits, she just automatically follows up the combo. That's just how it works. So it's
that's privilege, man.
It's pretty strong. It's pretty good. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's quite good.
All right,
Yeah,
so
coming into it.
the onus is on Jaju here to figure something out because PBL is looking kind of unstoppable.
Yeah, I think he's playing to his team's strength very, very well. Understands exactly why these characters are so hated to fight against. It's just and just doing it as much as possible, right? That was such a smart option. Go to the top of the screen and hit him before the Zeodyne comes out.
Oh man, being a Hilda player must be nice. Sometimes your assist hits the opponent from across the screen, and yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm here. I can pick this up.
You can still convert off it, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and then sometimes you get an instant overhead because you nailed it.
Oh man.
And was able to super before a burst could come out. That was a good play, but oh no, it doesn't actually get the kill. But
Gets caught
low.
low. He tried to jump. I saw it. He tried to jump and wasn't able to get Yumi out. We got solo Adachi, Resonance level 3. Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah. That's
no!
the restand mix up. You don't even know you've been mixed up. You don't even know you've been mixed up.
I cannot believe PBL didn't get to play the game for the last 30 seconds. That's crazy.
That's sometimes just BB tag, man.
Yeah, right. He might. If he had taken his hands off the controller, the difference it would be no difference. That's crazy.
That's one of the reasons why I think Hilda has such a strong place in this game's like meta games, because not only can she do things from full screen, that's very impressive, right? And that is a 50-50 mix up, but she has the ability to mix you up before you even realize that the combo is no longer happening. That's exactly what happened there.
Like I said, never trust your opponents, man. Always be holding down back. Even that can't save you. You might get overhead reset.
I'm gonna be real with you. Anybody playing this game at the high level knows how to be a scumbag.
You mean imagine? Yeah, bro. I think the secret tech is actually to mash super in between your opponent's combos.
It's to be honest with you, that's actually not so bad. Oh, Zeo's gonna punish both characters. It's not gonna get a full conversion, but hey, I mean, look at the life support that these characters are on.
We told you not to blink, and this is exactly why. All right, reversal action gonna get punished here. Jaju needs to figure something out against them back in this game, and hopefully not able to burst. All right, good damage here. 8K.
The idea right there was to get Yuzuri out because of her. Well, she had literally 1 HP. So, but now she's gained about a third of that red health back. But unfortunately for Hilda, she gets crashed at the top of the screen.
I don't know what to say here. PBL, he got that initial happy birthday, and it was just a snowball from there.
Yeah. So, I mean, gonna get a lot of life back right now. So, one thing that is helpful for Yuzu versus these two characters is the fact that she has a stance that dodges all projectiles. However, it doesn't dodge physical attacks, so all they really gotta do is run up to her.
Yeah, and you can't push block either while you're dodging. Oh, no punish. 30 HP Yumi coming in, though. That could be dangerous, but it's not gonna matter as PBL closes it out 3-1 over Jaju.
Yeah, that 30 HP isn't gonna matter when you got a Zeodyne backing you up, right?
Yep.
It's the opponent can't contest you. They just gotta sit there and block and wait for the high, the low, the left, the right, whatever's coming. And so that's going to put PBL over Jaju, which was everybody's, well, 70% of the people's pick.
Yeah. I think that was a really rough last game, man. Starting off what could possibly be your last game with getting happy birthday it's really frustrating, and that can really take a toll on like your mental just how you're feeling in your head. And I don't I feel like once the snowball starts rolling, it's really hard to stop in this game.
Absolutely, for sure. I mean, a lot of PBL's play showed exactly like what happens when snowball happens, right? Like it's just you start getting into these scramble situations where most of the things that PBL picks are just in their favor, and you just start going like, should I even press buttons? I'm scared.
Yep. Oh man, you know he had I thought after that game number 3. You know, he looked really solid in it. I'm like, okay, he's figured this out. He realizes, okay, Hilda is really beating up their team. I'm gonna try to focus on keeping Hilda alive and keeping her in. But I don't know, man. After that, PBL figured it out immediately and said, you know what, that's mine.
Yeah, sometimes even with that kind of game plan, right? Like, okay, Hilda just beats up the team. If Hilda doesn't get a chance to get started, then none of that game plan can even work, right?
Oh, this is the reset.
That's kind of what happened. Yeah, exactly. That was the restand right there. So, you know, you didn't know you got mixed up, but you got mixed up kind of deal. Then the run up low right there on the Zeodyne, allowing for PBL to do whatever they wanted. And that is why they're going to be moving on. So that's going to be King Rosta's opponent. And that is going to round out our top 4.
Yes, indeed. And of course, you see the man himself, Cax. 444, winner of the last 2 events of BB Tag PS4 tournaments Open Series, and he's looking for the 3-peat. What do you think? What do you think, Ebonic? Can it happen?
You know, we saw Cax bleed versus Lollare, and Zavid is looking pretty good, to be honest with you. Looking about as strong as Cax so far, if I'm going to just go by the numbers, right? But yeah, I mean, if you guys want to stop Cax maybe next time, because it's a little bit too late to enter these finals, we got more tournaments coming up for you in the PS4 Open Tournaments series. If you guys just go to compete.playstation.com, you guys can join the fight as well, and you can enter, depending on your particular region, you know, whether you're North America, whether you're EU, which is what we're watching now, you guys can try and do the exact same that you see the players are doing here.
Yeah, and these events are weekly too, so if you can't make it this week or next week, try the one right after that. You got a lot of time, a lot of games, a lot of tournaments to enter. So
yeah, and another tournament to enter that's a really good one upcoming for not only just BB Tag, but several other ARC tournaments is going to be ARC Revo America Online 2020. Registration is open now. You guys can go to www.arcsystemworks.jp/ARC Revo 2020. Every character you see shows which games are in the lineup, and you know, you guys can, well, kind of just go to the website and figure out what game you want to enter.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. That art is literally some of my favorite, like some of the best art I've ever seen. Hands down, bro. It's amazing. I photoshopped the 2 images together and made it the wallpaper of my widescreen monitor, and I've never looked back. I'll tell you.
Yeah, no, I think that's a pretty good choice, DC, for sure. But I mean, you know, why don't you go ahead and admire that artwork on your widescreen monitor just a little bit more, because we're gonna go take a break. Got to get some water, all that stuff. Got to get these top 4 matches coming up next. But please stay tuned, guys. We'll be right back at it.
See ya.
So many world-famous players, they started online.
We are good to go for our first match of the stream.
We're here for FIFA 20 action.
Who's going to be the overall grand final victor? The next PlayStation FIFA superstar.
I think the level of play that we're currently looking at, and it's fantastic. No one leaves today empty-handed.
PlayStation
And we are back here for the PS4 Tournaments Open Series for BB Tag on the EU side. We have gotten down to the top 4, DC. How you doing?
I'm doing amazing. We've seen some incredible BB Tag all this morning up until now. And you know what? I don't think it's going to stop.
Yeah, no, I mean, we're going through it left and right. We've seen some pretty strong matches. We've seen stuff that has blown our minds, stuff that was just, I feel like it exudes raw control, and then stuff that we kind of expected. You know, I want to say kind of expected in Cox 444 is it's been running a tear. We talked about how they won the previous few opens so far. But right now, I feel like the level of play we're seeing from the rest of the people here from the top 4 may be able to put, if not a dent in the armor, maybe even be able to stop them.
Yeah, you know, it's not the first finals these guys have been to. It's not the second finals these guys have been to. At this point, at the third finals, August 2020 finals, these guys have gotten a ton of practice, and they're, you know, I think they're out for blood. They're out for that Cax bounty.
Yeah. Well, the bounty is, I believe it's $400 for fourth place. So, I mean, that may as well be the bounty, right? And I mean, we're going to see it happen right now. This is a single elimination bracket. So, whomever is able to take out their next opponents are going to have a shot at that $400. But right now, it is going to be Cax 444 versus Zavid. So, earlier we saw both players. Cax is going to be the Elizabeth Aegis, and Zavid is going to be the Yosuke Seth. So tell us who you guys think will win there in the chat.
Well, you know, if you tell them that, they're going to make the safe bet. And I don't blame you guys if you say, if you put your money on Cax 444. But I got to go for the underdog here at Bonic, man. I think, you know, we watched Zavid play earlier, and I think he looked really solid. I want to believe. We could see the huge upset here in the PS4 Tournaments Open Series EU Finals. I think it's time.
Well, so I guess the chat has an inkling of an agreement for you, because we got 56% on the Zavid side. So, you know, I was going to mention playing towards the numbers and playing towards an obvious pick is actually what ended up losing them their last poll, because they picked Jaju for the last match, who went down a little bit earlier. So
they believe, you know, man, just like me and the underdog. Yeah.
Yeah. So getting into it.
That's I believe, man. But Cax is he's gonna be one tough guy to take down. Let's see what happens here. This is the moment of truth. Will Cax make it to grand finals once again, or will my boy Zavid do the upset of August 2020?
Well, both of these teams, I feel like, are meant for the for complete polar opposite reasons, right? Like, one is to run away and to annoy the opponent. The other one is to get in the face and never let him play. And I feel like we're gonna have to see how that dynamic plays, because sometimes a lot of those offensive teams are worse for the ones that try to run away for this very reason. Because when you have offense structured like this, how do you run away?
Yeah, you know, both these characters, I feel like what we've seen a lot from Zavid, we've seen his Azama kind of jumping around the screen, creating space, but I don't think Liz and Ice is gonna let him do that. I think that's it might be the boon to his team here.
Yeah, it's super hard to run away from Aegis in particular due to the fact that her bullets reach the sky, right? We talked about earlier how it's incredibly strong. It's even technically nerfed from the previous game that she was in, but it still works when you're trying to catch somebody in the air, right?
Yeah. And you see Liz there putting Seth in the coffin, making this a 2v1 Hazama. Solo Hazama Cax off to an early amazing start.
Oh, yeah, definitely looking really, really difficult for even an attempt at a runaway for Zavid. Okay, he's going to be able to reversal action out, and yeah, not much else after that, unfortunately.
Yeah, losing pretty much half of his resonance. Your timer to a combo, and Cax Well, it's just game number 1, Abonic. Okay, my prediction still stands.
I mean,
I believe.
you're not wrong. It happens like that, though. Sometimes you do get steamrolled in game number 1, and then you come back 3-0, right? Like, it's not something we haven't seen before, and we've seen it in this very tournament, in fact. So it's not like I don't think it's possible. And I feel like if anybody can do it from the play we've seen right now, I feel like Zavid definitely exudes that possibility. However, Cax definitely looks like they understand just how BB tag works in every way.
Yeah, and honestly, very, very clearly and obviously a player that plays a lot on net play, so he's feeling very, very comfortable here. And again, been in this position before. He's been in won many of these tournaments, seen the entire bracket inside and out. So it's gonna be a tough opponent, man.
Well, game number 2. So the change here is, I believe he started Hazama first in the previous game, and now it's going to be Seth. So this time, rather than run away, it's going to be a little bit more offense. There's still some running away, but it's more one of those situations where it's risk-reward offense, right? Like, okay, there's no reward in me going in right now, so I'm not going to type offense.
Oh, gets the overhead, but a rare miss combo by Cax, but it's not going to matter as Liz comes through the back with Thanatos.
Yeah, Thanatos!
Yeah, right.
I love that she still has that line in this one. Oh, Burst is unfortunately going to get defeated right there thanks to the 5B. Okay, a hit here on Hazama, and Seth is going to be able to get some life back too.
Oh no, just DP's out, and now all of a sudden Cax has the pressure again.
Yeah, that reversal action is really strong. It lasts for a very long time, so a lot of people end up pressing a button into it when they think it's already over, right? But because it's a counter, if you press a button into it, it's gonna activate.
Yeah. You know, the counters are the counter DPs are gonna have the kind of weird timing. Oh, hitting Seth in the back and blocks the reversal action. Oh my. Bro, it's the Cax factor. This is the Cax factor.
That was such a strong decision right there. So using the super, which has invincibility on it, right, on startup, but before activating the super, calls the laser beam assist with Elizabeth. So once the super is over, instead of getting punished, because, you know, obviously most of those types of supers have high recovery, the Elizabeth laser is on deck, stops the opponent from mounting any sort of offense, gets the mix-up afterwards, and just completely destroys them.
You know, Abonic, I still have faith, but it's I don't want to sound like I'm faltering here, but Cax is looking like, you know, I gotta be honest here, man. Call a spade sometimes.
You know, hey, if there's one thing you can take from this, you might be able to make a Cax Factor T-shirt and sell it. You know, it's just even if your prediction was wrong, you might be able to turn this around.
Yeah, maybe I can turn this one around. All right. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Zavid could turn this one around. He has 3 games he has to win in a row here, which is not completely impossible, but the way Cax is playing, I'm not sure.
It wouldn't be the first time I've seen it, but yeah, I mean, Cax in the last 2 games, for quite some time, it looked like it was closer to even that last game at the beginning, but once Cax got in, it was, well, it wasn't very easy.
Yeah, bro.
Oh yeah, man, punish on the way down.
IS2B is so good, you know, even if you don't hit Seth, you'll hit his orb in the air and not have to worry about it.
Yep. Okay, got the punish on the burst right there. It was really good from Cax to be able to get the character out. Unfortunately for Zavito, he wasn't able to kill the character before that burst could happen. So he's just kind of take what damage he can on Elizabeth, and he's doing exactly that, but another unfortunate drop.
Well, there you go, full screen lunge, and DP is burst is gonna get him out of that combo. You know, if your opponent calls their assist, calling your burst is almost always free because they can't bait your burst with their own assist. Oh no.
Oh my goodness, so many bad events happening right there for Cax. So first he active switched, right, and then because of that active switch, Zavid was like, okay, I'm gonna beat up the character that you left in there, and when you show up, I'll stop, right? So I just need to get as much damage as possible, and he did that, but then he avoided the counter attack from Cax, and he actually ended up getting the character to reversal action. And for those of you who don't know, Igus has these second, is it third slowest reversal action in the game? It is really slow.
Incredibly slow. Yeah. Yep. All right.
So,
well, hey, it was not a 3-0, and as Zavid says, it's not going to be a. And not gonna be a 3 anything, actually. It's gonna be me, if anything. I believe in Zavid. The faith is back. I'm back, Abonic.
Put the Cax Factor shirts away.
Yeah, right?
We're all Zavid here. Okay, I feel you.
Right.
Yeah, it's definitely just a matter of how Zavid is able to handle Aegis, and I mean, that's a good start for it.
Yep, not gonna be able to burst this combo as it was a punish on the DP. Drops it though, looking for a reset on the ground. The blocks from Cax.
Oh, empty jump block. Nice
That was
defense,
crispy, yep. And the
command grab.
Oh, okay, hey, what did I say? Oh no! The wake up super, oh my god, he was bad. He was bad, he got wake up super, he did bad.
Yeah. Oh, that was a really smart reversal action. He knew the burst was coming, so he used it. The counter does activate, but it won't hit the character, right? Because they're invincible.
Yeah.
So you use that to gain frame advantage and keep your offense going. Nice blocks. Oh no,
not like this. Not like
my
this.
Mix-up is my safe jump, is my Oki, is my...
Oh, he has no meter. Oh, no, never mind. Well, it's like, I don't think it's going to matter here.
Oh, caught him. Yeah, didn't have a chance to be able to get the character out because he was in the air.
All right, well, we got solo Seth. Oof, both players pressing buttons.
Well, if you think about it, because Aegis is on life support right now, if he's able to make Elizabeth lose a lot of that life, things could go okay. But that's gotta happen after this mind charge.
I don't know if he can survive this, Ebonic. I think he's gonna put him in the coffin, bro. I think
he's getting put in the coffin.
Yeah, I think. Put him in the coffin, bro. The Cax
end.
Production has resumed on the Cax Factor shirts. Cax finds itself a spot in grand finals once again, looking for the three-peat here in the PS4 tournaments, EU BB Tag Open Series.
Oh man, it's for a moment there, I really had believed that Zavid had found the niche moments where the offense didn't matter versus Aegis, versus versus them, but it ended up that no matter where you are, Aegis will find you.
Yeah, man,
she will hunt you down and finish you off.
I'm telling you, bro, this Cax has. He just makes you feel a certain type of way, bro. When you're playing, sometimes you get open up by a low, just a raw low.
Yeah, one of the things that was happening for a moment, the defensive options right there for Zavid was pretty good, right? Like he was guessing on the high lows very, very well. But it's when he tried to use push block to get Aegis away from him that he started dying. Because for those of you who don't know, when you try to push block, it's the same two buttons as reversal action.
As DP.
So if you use that, you are at the mercy of your opponents. Oh, what a smart command grab right there.
Yeah, and then wake up super, run that back, and no wake up supers allowed.
Yeah, there it is right there. So that actually, I don't think that reversal action was specifically I need to use DP to get him off. I think that was a push block specifically, but because there was no attack happening, got a reversal action instead. But
and
I'll
Liz,
never know.
Man, just when you think you're gonna survive a combo, Liz hits you with that mind charge, and boom, we're back.
Yeah, we mentioned it earlier, even if she has 0 meter, if she has bar, she actually has 5 meter. If she has health, she has 5 meter. So,
yep. It's frustrating.
So that is going to put...
Ooh, I love that. I love the remix of the coffin, bro. That was crazy. Thank you, man.
Yeah, so that's gonna put Cax into the finals, like you mentioned earlier, and we're gonna figure out who has the opportunity to possibly stop Cax. Is it gonna be King Rosta or is it gonna be PBL? I think PBL looked, well, almost unstoppable earlier versus Jaju, right? It's aside from one game, it was almost emphatic pressure, but King Rosta on the other hand.
But I don't know, man. It's I feel like this match could go either way. We've seen a lot of King Rosta today, and we saw PBL kind of make that upset, according to the chat, at least against Jaju. So I don't know. I'm just really excited to see this match. I think I have some stake in King Rosta playing that Yosuke Seth. Just watching the way he moves and thinking about these characters, on net play, you're already frustrated playing Yosuke. Now, now you got Seth in the back. It's just But
yeah, so actually one thing that's probably going to be very difficult for PBL in terms of that Seth Yosuke thing is being able to catch Yosuke at the top of the screen. The only move that I can think of off the top of my head that isn't a super that could hit Yosuke at the top of the screen is Adachi's crash, where the persona comes from the top of the screen down, right? Like that's the only thing I believe that reaches up there, aside from Atom Smasher, which is a super.
The thing about Yosuke is when he's on top of the screen like that, he's always pressing buttons. He's moonsaulting, he's throwing kunai, he's V slashing. So even if he calls that persona down, there's a chance he might just get the persona hit while it's coming down.
Mm-hmm. I guess we're gonna see how that factors in, as it looks like the chat is 60% on PBL side. Everybody's it's the Yumi Adachi hype train, right? Either that or they saw the last match and they were like, well, okay, that guy's pretty good.
Yeah, honestly, if you watch that last match that he played, I that's a pretty safe bet. Just if you don't I don't know, if that's like the only thing you watch, I'd put any amount of money on Yumi Adachi, but I don't know, man. King Rosta might have something to say about that.
Gonna have to find out as we get into game number 1. We're gonna find out who has the privilege of fighting Cax.
Yep.
And I mean, hey, they're going to be playing for quite a bit of money. Each tier, that you go up in, each placing that you get is $100 more, I believe, each, right? So like you want to place as far as you can.
All right. This is going to be fun, man. These are two very frustrating teams to play against. Let's see who gets frustrated more.
Yeah, it's if you can't catch Yosuke, you start to have some feelings. I know that much. Okay. Oh, B Slash is actually gonna make the cross up happen, but no full confirm, and same there.
You see a lot of things happening on the screen right now, man. It can be hard to keep up, but like you mentioned, you see the crash coming in from Magatsu Izanagi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what's really funny too is we haven't seen a clean hit from either player, but because of how you remember you mentioned how low life Yosuke and Seth have?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, look at their health. There hasn't been a clean hit, and they're almost dead.
Ooh, amazing punish on that Adachi missed DP. Not many characters can punish like that, but both Yosuke and Seth can do that.
Yeah, EX run and EX lunge from both players. Okay, he rises, unfortunately, gonna miss right there. Oh wow, got the confirm off the Seth assist. That should be Adachi.
Yeah, this is definitely gonna do enough damage. Boom, down, and now we got solo Yumi after PBL was looking really strong.
Yeah, it was looking real good.
Over yet.
Okay, just gonna cash out on damage here on the hit. Oh yeah, because he would have bursted there. You mentioned that earlier, that how bursts
calling out the first. That's a dead Yosuke, and he has he has resonance blaze. He has a full stack of HP. Boom, JC, but not gonna be enough.
There's hardly any health. And I was gonna say anything could do it, and the jump.
Oh my gosh. I love it, bro. Not afraid to just catch Seth in the air and bring him down.
But as long as I live,
the jump C making it happen. Yeah, anything would have killed there because of how little health Seth had left. There was no mistakes were allowed, pretty much. So
yeah, I like that.
That was a roller coaster.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely thought the way that match started, things were looking so bad. And then it went back and forth until we got to that conclusion. That was fun. All right, let's do it again though.
Yeah, well, we gotta do it several more times. For all we know, this could go to game 5. Like
absolutely. Yep.
Get your heart pacers ready. We got more of it as we get into game number 2.
Oh, B slash to start things off, and we catch a Dachi. We're not gonna be able to evade that burst.
Ooh, caught the mix-up right there. It's gonna be low on that one.
Yeah, it wasn't even he blocked the first mix-up, the cross-up, but then got caught low right afterward.
Okay, that was a really smart push block right there. So for those who don't realize, if you're not in the corner, Seth's assist actually crosses up, right? It goes to the other side. And because of the left to right mix up that this game has, you want to be able to push block him away. And that's exactly what he did. And look, Yumi is alive and Yosuke is on life support.
Yeah, he's probably going to try DP. Oh, DP's like, oh, bro. That was a desperate man.
Love to do that.
He wanted Yosuke out of there. Oh my gosh.
That is the Yosuke special. Yosuke players love doing that stuff, man.
Now we find ourselves in a 1v1, but Adachi does have the resonance level 4 here, so I'd give probably tip the skills into his a little bit.
Yeah, the only problem right here is in this particular matchup, you actually can't Zeodyne from full screen because of that move right there.
All right, I expect if he survives this, yeah, we're gonna pop it immediately. There it is, boom. What do we do from here, though?
He's gotta watch out for command throw from Rosta. Oh, no punish.
Yeah, no punish. You know, he was scared. Oh, there it is. Push block lunge. But he's not in resonance anymore, so he doesn't have meter, can't super.
Oh, the orb hitting at the top of the screen. Oh, couldn't finish it off that, but yeah. Izanagi trying to help out as much as possible. He's using a lot of bar for it, though. He's going to start running out of resources to be able to catch Seth. And caught him with the lunge.
Oh. I love how aggressive he was being in the end there. He said, you know what? Even if you have resonance level 4, I'm feeling very confident in this 1v1 matchup, so I'm going to keep going in.
Yeah, I think that meter advantage was one of the biggest was one of the biggest reasons as the W was going to happen, because it effectively took Zeodyne off the table. Zeodyne couldn't be used because if one block Zeodyne equals a free punish for Seth, right? Like that move is so fast. It goes full screen. It's gonna happen, right? Especially during Resonance where you can cancel it into super. Which Zeodyne is actually one of the strongest Adachi tools. This character is known for oppression, and that's one of the reasons why.
All right, well, we got what we wanted here. It's now 1-1. You said you predicted the game 5 and not, but the way these two are playing, I can see it coming, man.
Oh, wow, caught him at the top of the screen with the Zeodyne. I don't know if that was the hardest read in existence or if that was just a really lucky choice, but it's going to help out a lot. He's going to get the cross up.
I want to say Yumi and MVP looking, JC is looking so crazy. I think every single JC is connected here.
Well, so if you don't know, if Yumi does air dash forward JC in the corner, it actually crosses up and she goes back to the same side. So, so a lot of people are like, is she gonna cross me up or is she doing the thing where she's on the same side? I don't know. All
right, well, PBL looking so strong in this this third game here, but it's not over yet. We've seen comebacks, we've seen crazier comebacks, so.
Absolutely. Oh, got hit by the third hit, which is a low.
That's what you get, man. Full screen low. Yep. Oh, punishes the Zeodyne, and it's gonna be okay. He has a ton of meter, but at the very least, still has 7 seconds remaining on his resonance blaze. Oh, that's a dead Adachi.
Nice. Used the run to be able to scare him, and then got the throw. A lot of people usually expect a run to put him into block stuns. So they're like, okay, I have to block. And that wasn't the case. Was not expecting the throw.
So very important to know, when you're in Resonance Blaze, your opponent cannot burst. So if you get a hit, you gotta maximize that damage because they're not going anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Probably a very important factor as to why Adachi couldn't do anything there. The jump C is gonna hit again. Okay, blocks all 3 hits a little low that time.
He is absolutely, oh my. All right, the first time JC misses and it gets punished. Still has Resonance Blaze on deck.
Okay, mix up here, however. Drop on the combo. Oh, trying to, I was gonna say, trying to go with that JC out. That's been the game plan right there. Is like, okay, I know you've been JCing.
Is this game?
It might be. Got the super
enough,
that should
bro.
do it. Oh my god!
No way.
No
way. Bro, JC getting punished 2 times in a row, throwing away the game. I'm so sad, bro.
That was such a smart game plan by King Rosta, using the speed of Yosuke to be like, all right, I'm running in. You totally want to JC me, right? And then just stopping in his tracks, staying right behind JC's enormous range, and then like, okay, you failed. You failed the test. It's my turn now.
That's tough, man. You know, because do you blame him though? The JC was putting in so much work, almost 100% success rate, but the last 2 was what lost him that match. The last 2 missed JCs.
Yeah, I think we actually talked about that earlier in terms of the, hey, this is like a single elim, you're down 0-2, right? And, well, he wasn't down 0-2 this time, but if you've been getting hit by X thing so many times, your ability to stop X thing is going to mix up your opponent's thought process, and that's exactly what happened there.
All right, well, it's not over yet. Again, PBL was looking so good in that last match until the last few moments. Hopefully not relying too much on JC now. Yep.
Okay, goes for the JC under. I like that. JC allows for one of the better knockdown situations. I mean, not JC, excuse me, 5C. But 0-9. Yeah. That's such an impressive situation, and it allows for a character to get out for free, but what's interesting is he brought in the character with less health.
Good late push block on that Zio-Dine. You want to make them waste as much time as possible.
Oh, big drop right there. Going to be able to get the best confirm that Seth has available to him, actually.
Yep. Oh, look at this damage. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that was actually going to be death had he not dropped that. But luckily, right there for PBL. Bro, did he just go through the icicles?
Yeah, that was weird. Oh, keeping Yumi alive, but now, ooh, I was gonna say, oh, there it is. I was gonna say, kept Yumi alive to keep, oh my gosh. Well, so much for that.
The Yosuke special. And that's actually going to put King Rosta over PBL right there.
Wow, and bro, that last 10 seconds, I was just trying to get a thought out. I was trying to get a single sentence out, and I couldn't. It was just too fast, too much going on. I'm sorry. I tried.
I feel you. It's Yosuke, Seth. They're fast characters. They kill things fast. They run fast. You don't have time to think. And neither did the players that entire time. You know, PBL was like, I don't know what to do versus Yosuke. I'm gonna try and hit him with the anti-air low. I'm gonna try and hit him with all these JCs that you're seeing.
Yeah, that was man. I really wanted to see game number 5. I feel like both players had what it takes to beat the other player, and it just really came down to some of the small micro interactions in each game here. But can't hate on King Rosta. He played a super solid set, and that man wants to fight Cax.
Well, gonna get that wish. It's gonna be King Rosta versus Cax, and I am gonna do a quick check on the previous finals here to see if King Rosta has All right, so the last time that King Rosta entered a final, it was King Rosta got tied for 5th place.
Okay.
So surprisingly, a much better showing thus far, right? Making it to the finals here. The other time before that, I don't see King Rosta there. So either did not make it to the finals, or did just. Or just could not perform, you know. So much better showing here.
You know, like we mentioned many times, the more you play in these tournaments, the better you're gonna do, and that's exactly what King Rosta has done today. He's jumped from 5th place all the way to at least 2nd place here. Probably looking for that first, of course. And that could be you guys. You know, go to compete.playstation.com, and you could be entering and getting better every week, every month too.
And so we're getting ready to reach our conclusion of the EU side of things here in the PS4 Tournaments Open Series for BB Tag TC. We've reached the cream of the crop. It's oof.
And you guys, at this point, you guys in the chat have seen enough from Cax and enough from King Rosta. Who do you think is going to take it? I mean, we got to be honest here. Cax is looking unstoppable. This man, he's bled a little bit, but for the most part, after he loses a match, he cleans it up. All the mistakes just go away, and he looks so solid. But then we got King Rosta putting in work against every opponent we've seen today, and his gameplay style, the characters that he plays, so frustrating to deal with. What do you think about it?
I think I need some time to think about it. Actually, I'm gonna be honest with you because it's looking a little bit too hard. Unfortunately, I gotta kick us off to break, guys. I got some time to think about who could possibly win this. So just please stick around, grab some water. We're gonna be right back here with the finals for the EU side of the PS4 Tournament's Open Series for BlazBlue Cross Hag Battle.
See you guys.
So many world-famous players. They started online.
We are good to go for our first match of the stream.
We're here for FIFA 20 action.
Who's going to be the overall grand final victor? The next PlayStation FIFA superstar.
I think the level of play that we're currently looking at, and it's fantastic. No one leaves today empty-handed.
PlayStation.
And we are back with the PS4 tournament BB Tag EU Series Finals. It is time. Bionic Play Grand Finals. 2 players remain, and you gotta tell me, man, what do you think is gonna happen?
Well, I mean, okay, look, I know we keep talking about Cax and how strong Cax is, and I mean, you guys are going to be able to see it here as we bring up actually a head-to-head graphic for the month of August. They have almost the exact same score ratio, except for one loss on the side of Cax. It is 9-2-9-3. That is right. But they both stuck with their guns the entire time. It's been Yosuke Seth, it's been Elizabeth Igus. It's nothing different. It's gonna be like that. Oh buddy. Could this be the chance for King Rosta to even up the score and make it both 9-3 on both sides?
Yeah, that's crazy. You know, he could even it up right here, or he could fall just behind his competitor, his opponent, Cax 44-4. I think this is really crazy to see just how close they are in the month of August. And hey guys in the chat, I don't want you guys to bias, you know, based on that one loss. We watched both players play a ton of matches today, and you know how strong both of them can be. So this, I don't know, man. I still feel like it could go either way. What do you think about it?
You know, if you go by the numbers, it's a real hard pick outside of, you know, just the one loss. Like, you think about that one loss, and that could have been like anybody, right? Or that could have been King Rosta, right? It's so hard to say. Oh my god. But I have to pick somebody, right? I gotta take a look at what we've seen today, and the thing that I gotta mention is I don't know anybody in this tournament with better offensive pressure than Cax right now, and so I think that alone is going to put him over. But I think one really important point, and we've actually mentioned this a couple of times, is that Igus's bullets hit to the top of the screen. Yosuke will have nowhere to go.
That's true. And you know, I wanted to say, I was thinking about it, I'm like, well, you know, things aren't looking too good for my boy Yosuke being low HP, and of course Seth also being low HP. But I thought about it, I'm like, wait, so does Liz and Igus. So this is a low HP for low HP characters. This could be a very quick finals, first of all. And I don't know, with that offensive pressure like you mentioned from Cax, I don't even know what to think.
Well, the chat thinks that King Rosta 75% of the way
75
is gonna do it big.
Okay, you know, I believe it's a single limb. You know, neither player has to win 2 sets or anything like that. It's just 3 games for either player to take it over the other one. And I don't know. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, here we go. So I think one of the reasons why the chat picks King Rosta 75%, there's 2 reasons. One, underdog, right? Because Cax has won the last 2.
Yeah.
The other one being is they won the people's hearts by slaying the Adachi Yumi player.
That's true. Yep, absolutely. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, bro.
Oh god, not a great start at all. This is completely unversatile, and it's dead Yosuke.
Oh no. Oh, what happened?
God. No, not like this.
Right, this Blaze, get out of there, please.
Okay, got the reversal action, but the problem is this is Residence Blaze level 1. There's hardly any chip, there's hardly any health gain, there's hardly any meter gain.
Hey, honestly, it's not over yet. He's getting the HP back. Has Igus in the combo here. Probably gonna cash it out because oh no, drops the combo.
Oh, and a perfect pickup right there from Cax being able to.
Oh god, okay. Both players dropping, not able to punish that DP due to the persona giving him more hit stop. Hey, get Igus out of there. Oh, never mind.
Oh my goodness, put the fear of God in him by just walking up and blocking. It was like, yeah, you're expecting me to press a button and you're gonna try to push block. But that's not gonna happen today.
Listen, to 75% of you in the chat, I got a shirt just for you, okay? The Cax Factor. And that's exactly what you saw starting in the first 5 seconds of that first match. We saw a character dead. Are you kidding me? Wow. How do you get yourself back in the game, Abonic? What do you do?
I'm just saying, DC, if you print that shirt, you're gonna make a mint. What do you do?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay, what do you do legitimately, for real? Sometimes you just have to accept that is how matches will go. Sometimes you will get steamrolled, and you will come back as long as you're able to keep your composure and figure out how did you get into the situation where you got steamrolled, right? Like, what was the one thing I did wrong that got me hit?
I think any self-respecting BB Tag top player has gotten perfected in their lifetime before, so don't worry about it. Just keep playing.
I mean, you can take a look at footage and you can see the best of America, the best in the world, getting just mollywopped in game ones and stuff like that. So, taking out this Elizabeth could be pretty big.
Yeah, he's gonna. Drops it. No, all right. Clash is gonna come back. And all right.
Yeah, it wasn't
King Rosta back in the game here.
The V slash. That was the end of the combo there. Couldn't do any more after that.
Yep, and I see the incredibly low JC. That's real, man. It's so hard to block.
TV comes out, and hey, you know, we talked about getting steamrolled, right?
All right. King Rosta showing that first game didn't even happen. My dude erased his own memories. Said this is game number 1 for King Rosta.
So 1-1, and you know, right back at you. You know. Okay, I get it. You steamrolled me. You know, it happens. Sometimes it'd be like that. But can you block?
I'm telling you, bro. It doesn't matter who you are. The worst player in the world, the best player in the world. Anybody can get perfected in BB Tag. Anybody can get blown back. Their controller just wiped off the face of the earth. I'm telling you, man. Whew, that was fun.
Well, I mean, how many back and forths of getting blown back is it gonna be? We're 1-1. We got.
I hope it's 5. Personally, I hope it's 5.
Yeah, right. But I guess we'll see how that is, because it seems like whoever gets the hit is just the person to take the whole thing, like at the very beginning.
That's what I'm saying. These are 2 aggressive players versus 4 incredibly low HP characters. So
nice use of the counter to be able to get out of there. And gets away. Gets Yosuke out, gets that health back. And the punish.
Alright, cross combo. Ooh, catching. Oh, dropped the combo though. Not afraid to wake up super. You should never be afraid to do it sometimes.
You know, it's I feel like it's already been shown by Cax that Wake Up Super is pretty good if you know exactly how to use it. You know, call an assist to keep behind it or anything like that.
And forced to block that up. I expect the burst coming soon. I expect the burst. There it is. Able to bait it out. And I don't know, man. Now he's gonna lose his other character. I mean, you really gotta pick and choose which character do I want to lose here.
Yeah, that's pretty much what the situation was. It was who is the character you want to make the comeback with? Is it Yosuke or Seth? And to be honest with you, I think Seth is a really strong choice for that.
The tough part is if you wait too long, then the character incoming has low HP. You know, you took all that damage and you got baited anyway. But here we go, 1v1 here. Resonance level 2 against Resonance level 4. Oh, catching the lunge.
Normal. Oh my god, the projectile normal actually catching the lunge. That's Astral.
See, wait. Oh my goodness.
Let's get it.
Oh my god. My boy is here to play and is here to win.
Oh my, he could have killed normally. I'm just saying. But why do that when you hit the Spirit Bomb, finish him off, max damage 9999?
Wow. That is a statement if I've ever seen one.
Oh, that's so good. What a way to continue this grand finals. You know, like it's not over, but I wonder how much that does for the morale. Right, like that could be the change in mindset now.
It's not only did you get Astral, you already know you're on stream right now, so you know a couple hundred people, maybe a couple thousand even saw you got Astral, bro. It's like, all right, get your head back into the game. King Rosta, it's not over yet, but Cax Cax is looking for that three-peat, and he's one game away, Bonic.
Well, I mean, if we're to go by the back and forth that's been going on, you know, it's totally possible that King Rosta brings us to a game 5 right here.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be really funny if you got an Astral right back at you. But
bro, I want to see it. I want to see it.
It's funny too, because getting an Astral is not exactly easy because of the requirements in terms of resources. It's easy to execute, but it's not easy to get when because you need to have 9 bars of meter, and your opponent it needs to be on their last character. So.
All right, things are starting off nice here for King Rosta. This character's looking kind of healthy, and Igus is about to go down.
Yeah, that's going to be death, and so smart for King Rosta to immediately go into super right there, because Cax was just about to get the burst back, right? Was going to try and save Igus, but King Rosta not letting that happen at all.
Now we got solo Liz, Resonance level 2. This is going to be, she's going to need a miracle to run this one back. Mind charging early to get the meter.
That's really smart, because if you have, well, it was gonna be smart, because you put yourself into awaken mode, right, which gives you the power boost and the move boost, but you also have the resonance, so you can get all that health back that you expended to put on for the meter. So I like the idea. The problem is just the recovery from mind charge that opened up King Rosta to put the mix-up chance on him.
Yeah. It's not even that you got punished. You know, if you put yourself in a situation where you're forced to block, that can be just as bad, especially against characters like Yosuke and Seth. It's like, man, might as well have just hit me.
So here it is. Final game. This is it.
Game number 5. Wow. Will Cax get the repeat, or will King Rosta get the upset of 2020? I don't know what to think anymore. I'm mind blown. This is a great set.
This could be a chance to stop the reigning champion of the PS4 Tournaments Open Series here for BB Tag in EU. And I don't know if it's the best start.
Oh, I guess getting out of that combo immediate JC. And now we're back in there. Yosuke, gonna take a ton of damage here. Not gonna burst this. It's too late at this point. Empty jump low. Where's the burst? There it is.
Yeah, can't stop that burst because it already called Elizabeth. Actually, that was really good timing on that burst. Oh, super comes out, but there's no Elizabeth.
Okay.
Oh, was it on the ground? So
yeah, he was on the ground. He tried to do it.
Lunge.
But he was in the air. You're right. Yep.
Got the active switch right there.
Oh. We're not seeing a huge like run through like we saw in the first couple games here. A very close game between these two players, but I think this might be the end of Seth if we don't see a burst. No burst. Solo
Yosuke to make the comeback. The reversal action is going to connect on the Elizabeth.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Oh, such an unfortunate reversal action decision right there for King Rosta, but Cox is going to take that all the way to the bank. And it's going to finish it off in first place, taking that $400 here in the PS4 Tournaments Open Series.
Taking the $400, taking the three-peat, and taking my man's soul with that Megiddo in game number 3, bro. Are you, bro?
Oh,
this man
goodness.
is insane. How consistent do you have to be to get first place 3 months, not even like weeks, 3 months in a row in a single Elim tournament?
You just got to be the best, and that is what Cax is. Cax is just the best. Like that's all it is. As strong of competitors as everybody else in this bracket has been so far, it's no question. There's no doubt in my mind that he is currently the best.
Yeah, we saw that through his play. We saw that through all the opponents that he's faced, looking very confident. Even after getting blown back a couple rounds, he's still in there, man. He doesn't care. He just wants to play. He just wants to win.
Yeah, I probably couldn't have asked for a better finals to go to last game right there to really exude about how these two teams work, right? Like they're both super offense heavy, as you mentioned, and well, once one has to deal with it, they get astraled.
And you saw that. I love that. And then mind charge just to get the extra meter. He said, I want to end this game like this specifically. Okay? Making a statement right here that I'm going to win this tournament. And that's exactly what he did.
And you see another Mind Charge right here to try and make that comeback happen, but because of that Mind Charge, or, well, maybe not because of the Mind Charge, but even with that Mind Charge, not able to stop that game for King Rosta. But this one right here, offered Seth up to the gods because he recognized, well, Yosuke's going to die if I burst. I have to pick one. I'm picking Yosuke, and unfortunately for King Rosta, he chose the wrong time for that reversal action.
Yeah, such a hard way. And such a hard decision to make in very little time. It's like, who do I want to play 1v2 with, you know, with low HP and like Resonance level 2. But yeah, as you see through the bracket here, Cax 444 is our victor with King Rosta in second place. Upstream, we had a third place match, and PBL 2
3-4. 2-3-4, 1 over...
2-3-4. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Zavid.
Yeah. Also known as P Blade, it seems. So PBL/P Blade 2-3-4. Taking it over 3-0 over Zavid for over 3 over Zavid 3-0. So that is our top 4, and wow, the three-peat, that's just so difficult to do in such like 3 months of time, bro. That's a lot of practice. The players can watch your matches, or you know, they know who you are and they can practice specifically against you, and you just don't have a losers bracket to save you if you lose.
Yeah, I mean, like, Cax has been in here week after week, month after month, right? So it's not like he's an unknown player to anybody playing against him, right? Like, they have the chance to form a strategy versus this person specifically. And regardless of that, you know, we've seen that he can bleed. But
yeah, that was a close final set, but yeah, my dude is pretty much in looking invincible here. But guys, again, this that's not it. You know, he's got the three-peat, but maybe you can stop him from the four-peat, you know?
Yeah, so let's go ahead and take a look at the upcoming events for the PS4 Tournaments Open Series. You guys can also join the fight. So we have a myriad of games for these that you guys can join at compete.playstation.com. You have Mortal Kombat monthly finals on the 28th at 9. You got the August finals, which is, it's right now. You guys have the Soul Calibur finals coming up on the 29th. Call of Duty is going to be happening on September 13th, and then FIFA 20 is going to be happening on the 31st of August.
Yeah, so if you want to catch more BB tag action, like you mentioned, we're gonna have the NA finals in just like an hour or so, maybe 2 hours, depending on how fast these guys move through the bracket. And if anything, we've seen these guys move very, very quickly. So if they don't go anywhere, if you want to watch more BB tag action, because it's coming up later today.
Yeah, and if you want to play or watch even more BB tag action after that, or, you know, get into some of that Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, you guys, we got Arc Revo American Online 2020. Registration's open. You guys just go to arcsystemworks.jp/ArcRevo 2020, and you can register. And you know, maybe you can, maybe you're better than some of NA's best that we know about, right? Like maybe you're the god.
Yeah, man, I fully expect to see my boy Cax 444 there at Arc Revo, and as well as some of the rest of these players here. But Abonic, this has been an amazing finals, EU finals here, you know, PS4 tournaments, Open Series, and I couldn't have asked for like better matches that we showed all day. All of them extremely hype. Even got to see an Astral, man. I got to see some crazy characters as well. So I don't know, how do you feel about it, Abonic?
I think I share the sentiment. Unfortunately, you put it so succinctly that it's hard for me to build up on that. Like, no, that was phenomenal. That was great. We got to see a little bit more of EU because, you know, with the quarantine happening, a lot of cross-regional stuff obviously isn't going on. So, you know, America doesn't know much about EU, right? EU doesn't know much about America right now, etc. You know, we know stuff, but we don't get to see it like we did before. So it's really good to see people like Cax, you know, just show it. It's like, hey, coming in with Aegis Elizabeth, you guys thought Yumi Adachi was going to take it every time. You guys always talking about Yumi Adachi. There's no dice for that. But unfortunately, that is going to be it for our EU finals this month. You guys want to stick around because NA finals should be at about 2 p.m. Pacific time. And you guys are definitely going to want to catch that because, I mean, hey, if you enjoyed this, there's no question that you're going to enjoy that.
Listen, I expect more of the same here. I think we're going to see maybe even crazier matches there in North American finals bracket. So I'll be there. You'll be there, Abonic, and I expect to see anybody in the chat watching as well to be there. So This has been DC. Bonic, has been a pleasure commentating with you. That's it for the EU finals. We'll see you guys in just a little bit. Peace out.
See ya.
PlayStation